Hello, everybody. Welcome along to today's episode. We're on episode 8 of Star Trek Cuchulain. Today's episode on today's episode, we will be joined by Beta Shift. Some are in a uniform, some are out of uniform due to the extreme heat we have here in Ireland at the moment. We're having a heat wave, which is unbelievable. That's really burnt myself yesterday. Got some burn. I know some of our friends over in the US, and if anybody's chiming in from Australia, they'll be looking at us funny kind of going, that's not heat. But to us, it's unbelievable. It was 26 degrees, 27 degrees here in Ireland yesterday. It went all the way up to 31 degrees in parts of the country, which is really unheard of here on our tiny little island. Today it is right this second 22 degrees, which again is really unheard of in Ireland. So we won't be particularly all in our proper uniform because not all of us have air conditioning in the house. It's not a common thing here. But Beta Shift is crewed by Sergeant Pat Hicks, who's having communication problems at the moment. So we'll see how well his frame rate and his lag goes. We've got Lieutenant Jerry Lynch. So Jerry's coming in all the way up from Cork. We've got Andrew Zap Brannigan, Lieutenant Brannigan, and he's flying the Cuchulain at the moment. And of course, we have Anne Grace, Major Grace. Beta Shift! Beta Shift! Beta Shift! So, previously on Star Trek Cuchulain, we had the there's Pat, everybody else. So previously on Star Trek Cuchulain, we were with Alpha Shift, who are the away team down on the planet, and they have been they have been firing, or it's not firing, driving away through a lava field and a planet that is in severe flux. So previously the Zap's bored already. Zap's gone. Zap just gave up because it's the
I sent a mutiny, guys. I sent a mutiny. Yeah.
He's away from his post. The ship's gonna crash. Oh, he's back.
No, there's
They still have this thing called autopilot.
So
I didn't see the guy pop up. Yeah.
a big blow up version of Zap. That's what's at the
like an aeroplane. Yeah.
I'd have to be a human.
So in Alpha Shift, we're racing across an open field, being chased by a Firestorm, and between Robbie and Frank switching positions in the driver's seat. At the same time, Sharon was crashing through the atmosphere in a shuttle. She managed to keep the shuttle stable enough that it didn't burn up. However, it did impact the surface and crash in a unusable mess. But Robbie managed to steer the Argo to come and collect a very overloaded Argo full of crew members to collect Anne from the crashed shuttle. And she dropped the tailgate and made a very epic appearance into Alpha Shift and joined them on board the Argo. From the Argo, they then drove as fast as they could across the field, still being chased by this Firestorm that didn't seem to take the trajectory that they assumed it would. So therefore, it seemed to chase them. They got to a point where my character, flying the Waverider, it was chasing down the Hideki class Cardassian patrol craft that had chased Sharon through the atmosphere, and it had taken a little bit of damage itself by traversing such a harsh atmosphere, but then proceeded to start firing on the Argo, not aiming at them to hit them directly, but certainly trying to steer them in the direction that they wanted them to go. I came along with the Waverider, steered it using the winds of the Firestorm, and came around the back of the Firestorm, and unable to grab them with the tractor beam to take them to safety, I changed tack and burned a hole in the ground with the phasers. I managed to get deep enough to get under the lava flows, so that the Argo drove through the tunnel underground, and then I flew away being chased by the Cardassians. off in the corner, off below, just beyond where the Argo entered, the tricorder seemed to pick up some sort of ancient structure, but they collapsed underground just before they saw what that was. As they entered the tunnel of uneven phaser drilling ground, the tunnel started to collapse behind them, and the ground was so bumpy. Robbie did his best to keep the Argo stable. However, unconscious Morgan bounced off, and Frank, riding the rails on the side of the Argo, bounced off as well and got lost somewhere back in the tunnel that has now started to collapse. Coming up against a solid wall, Robbie managed to turn the Argo and put it into a skid. However, the Argo went into a roll, and those who were sitting managed to have their emergency seatbelts on, and they did multiple barrel rolls until they came to a rest upside down against the cave wall. Sharon, who was already unconscious from a previous injury by an attack of a spit of fire from the Firestorm, managed to weather the crash the best, coming out with 0 injuries due to being unconscious. However, Robbie, Lieutenant Christopher, and Antoinette all took a few bruises as they dropped out of their seatbelts and hit the ground. So they are now sitting underground in a tunnel below the ground with in complete darkness, having lost 2 of their crew members. And that was the adventures last time by Alpha Shift. Beta Shift, however, who are joining us today, are in orbit, and they are on board the Cuchulain. The Cuchulain has been hit by a massive chronoton field that hit the ventral side of the hull just as Zap managed to move them out of the way, but not quite out of the way enough, which hit the shields. The Cuchulain is facing off against 2 Cardassian Hideki-class patrol vessels, commanded by Glin Jasad, who is not a very happy man. He's faced off against.
Which one is he?
Huh?
If he's not happy, which one is he?
He's
angry.
Never heard of a happy Cardassian anyway.
So he's the Cardassian Glin in charge of this patrol, the small patrol fleet, and they arrived chasing Sharon in her shuttlecraft, not knowing really what was going on until they came on the comms unit, and Jerry just filled them all in that there were Bajorans off the planet, and that made them very much more angry and very much more.
Well, it didn't make him any happier anyway.
So that's why one of the patrol craft attempted to catch Sharon in her shuttlecraft, and with her own evasive maneuvers, she managed to get away from the Cardassians, but impacted off the atmosphere of the planet and headed down in a fireball towards the surface. So one of the patrol craft then left formation and chased Sharon to the surface, and we're left with 2 Cardassian vessels in orbit facing off against the Cuchulain, which has its shields are fritzing. The interphasic generator on board is malfunctioning. All the crew members, the 250 odd crew members that are squished on board the Cuchulain, are now in all the emergency assembly points throughout the ship. So we have crew members and family members in different areas of the ship en masse. So like the mess hall and the shuttle bays and the cargo bays, all the emergency assembly points, because the interphasic areas of the ship are offline. And we don't know if reports are coming in, but that most of the crew are okay, but we haven't found out if all the crew have made it outside of sideways or interphasic space. The massive chronoton field that erupted from the planet's surface headed out towards the Bajoran star system. So that is where we are at the moment. And before we get going, we have joining us so far Antoinette from Alpha Shift, a Facebook user, I don't know who that is just yet, and watching us on YouTube, Craig Williamson, who is Lord X. So Craig Williamson is one of our crew members.
Wrong series.
Craig is one of our crew members who is constantly updating us about real life space updates on the Cuchulain page, which is great, and we thank Craig for that. SpaceX and Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, etc., and what's happening.
Thanks, Helen. Thanks, Helen.
Helen, look at the handsome lady and gents. You're all looking well. Must be boiling in those jackets. All right, and then another Facebook user is giving welcome salute. So as usual, I will see if I can pull up the live stream on my other window here, so that I can see who's talking in the comments. How is everybody this week?
Good, thanks. Apart from, I'm melting. Oh, what a cool one.
Yeah,
Apart from that.
Can you fix the aircon on the ship? Like, yeah. open a window quick. Yeah.
So so everything is everything's pretty hot on the ship, which is based in Ireland at the moment. I think we'll go for small screen here. And joining me today here in real life, because luckily enough we're all vaccinated. Frank is just behind the computer here, flying his. Frank
don't break the ship, Frank.
Yeah. Don't press the red button, Frank.
Don't press the red button. Don't do a Dougal. Yeah.
So Frank is doing some of his puka training. So he's going to attempt to do his puka combat ratings a little bit later. So he's putting in a bit of practice at the moment on the VR headset for the puka. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, computer, start the warp core. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
yep.
There we go. Get myself a little bit of a rumbly background noise. Right, so as we left you the last time, Sharon has just left left your area of space and has crashed into the atmosphere. You've got 2 Cardassian Hideki class patrol vessels looking down their nose at you. 1 patrol vessel has entered the planetary atmosphere, and the planet itself is pulsing in and out of well, it's not pulsing in and out. It is filled with chronoton radiation and a very active atmosphere. Wow. So let's open it straight away to what do you do? What do you think you're going to start off with today?
Pat, what you got for me?
Well, we still have the 2 Cardassians, don't we?
Yeah, you got 2 Cardassian vessels looking at you.
Yeah, so I was just wondering the communications probe, relay probe. Could we reconfigure that to generate a sensor echo?
That was destroyed by the massive chronoton pulse that erupted from the planet's surface.
We put new ones out, haven't we?
Yeah, we did put new. Yeah, we did.
It was above it, so it would have been taken out at the same time.
Yeah, no, you were all in geosynchronous orbit, and that's why Zap managed to pull the ship out of the way and just got clipped on the belly of the ship by the massive chronoton pulse that headed out to the Bajoran system. So all the Bajoran's micro transmitter and the 3 probes. One probe bounced off the atmosphere and was destroyed. Another probe didn't quite make it out of the torpedo tube, and then finally the 3rd probe that was active for all of about 5 seconds was destroyed by the massive energy pulse coming from the surface.
Right.
Okay.
What do we need to do? That's that one out.
Any more ideas? Let's go, people. Let's think.
Right. Well, I think we need to contact.
You're being stared at by 2 Cardassian vessels.
Where's the Waverider?
Let them stare away. Go ahead, Anne.
Yeah. No. I think we need to contact Starfleet Command. We need to request backup.
Definitely.
We also need to know what's happening out in Bajor and surrounding space with that pulse that's gone through.
Well, Would Starfleet Command be aware of that?
Of course they would.
Well,
Point.
the Bajoran system, don't forget that the Bajorus is occupied by the Cardassians at the moment in time.
Yeah, but
It's
this
not
space
Deep
is
Space Nine. Yeah.
It's Cardassian
yeah,
space. So unless the Federation is going to admit to a listening post.
But they have to be aware of. We have to make them aware of something. We already did make them aware, didn't we?
I believe we did as well, yeah.
Yeah, we did actually contact Starfleet Command earlier.
Yeah.
And we did make them aware of what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we need to request backup.
Yeah, we need to get on Starfleet Command again, request backup. We need to get in contact with Jono and tell Jono that we are staring down 2 Cardassian vessels.
But he's got
Jono
one.
already probably knows he has a Cardassian vessel in front of him.
So, so the Waverider is down below, helping out the away team, and has the same issue as the away team would in regards to
Where is
communication as they're below the atmosphere.
Sorry, Pat?
He said, where is the Waverider? I believe, Pat, it's just above where our colleagues below on the surface are buried. I believe it's just hovering above that. And I believe the Cardassian vessel is head-to-head with it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. That's where we are at present, so guys.
But you guys, but the thing is, your characters don't know that. So you have to make those decisions, as in the Waverider and a Cardassian patrol vessel are below the surface. You don't know what the outcome.
No, we have nothing on sensors. No, we have nothing on sensors, Jono.
You can't break through the atmosphere. That's the problem. So the last you saw was Sharon turning into a fireball, being chased by a Cardassian patrol vessel, and that's all you know about the planet's surface.
We need to contact Jono and contact Starfleet. That's our first option. And get both Jono and Starfleet have to be apprised of the situation.
Okay, so you can do that. You can get onto the comms, get on the comms panel, and send off a subspace message to Starfleet Command, and that message has been sent. Your logs have been sent. So you'll have to wait for a reply. So Starfleet will have to get the message and. So you're on the outskirts of the alpha quadrant. So it could take a few hours for that message to get back through the relays to Starfleet Command back to Sector 001.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, we're out of our depth here.
We're pretty much out of our depth. Yeah.
All right, time to give up. All right, game over. And so Alpha Shift were left on the planet's surface as the Cuchulain warped away to safety back to Earth, dry dock.
No, I just said we're not
going anywhere.
I didn't say we were going anywhere. We're going to the fireball. We're taking these little twats with us. Anyway.
Yeah. we might leave Brian behind. We might leave Brian behind. Yeah.
I prefer not to toast marshmallows yet. Anyway. Unless
like marshmallows.
I think we need to get on to engineering and find out what the condition of our shields is and weapons. We may need
the ship. We need to see if we can actually. Hello.
Have we got the ability to fight? Do you know what I mean, Anne?
What?
Have we got the ability to fight? We can't throw stones at them, like, you know.
We've got the pack.
Plenty of crew members we can launch.
Oh dear! Oh, we just lost Jerry. He gave up.
I don't blame him.
Could we hack the Cardassian systems and generate sensor echoes?
Have we got the arrays to do that?
So Pat comes up. Pat, even though he's got a low frame rate and he's behind the times in regards to he's stuck in some sort of chronoton radiation field, and he's a few seconds behind us. So I believe, Pat, what you're trying to say is if you're trying to create false signatures and possibly holo-generate other ships outside the ships using the onboard ship systems, being that it's a science vessel.
Yes.
The Worf maneuver in the battle.
Yes. Can we do that? Let's make it happen.
Performance of the
well, you guys explain to me what systems that you might use. Don't forget that the underside of the Cuchulain, because she's a science vessel, as we look at her here, that's the Waverider, obviously. But all these grey panels here This is all specifically scientific equipment, high-resolution scientific equipment that is dedicated to the Nova class starship because she's a science vessel. So that they're all on the ventral side, and then
which took a wallop.
Yeah,
she took a wallop on the body. Yes, she did take a wallop. That's actually the warp core ejection.
Are they still functioning? We need to find that out.
So there you go. Yep. So you could start doing a level 1 diagnostic.
Yeah, pretty much.
To see if everything's working.
Level 1 diagnostic. I live for these things.
So Pat, you've also said hack the Cardassian systems, generate sensor ghosts of the Federation ships. All right, so that's what that's your job that you're trying to do. Jerry's having trouble with his internet connections. So he just
Jerry, get back for this. You need to get back this. So we need a level 1 diagnostic. We need to find a way to hack the system. Do we actually need to hack the Cardassian system, or can we?
It'd be similar to. This would be where Antoinette would be quite useful. Antoinette, why are you not on beta shift?
Yes, beta shift. Come back, Foghorn Leghorn, and pick a side.
So you need to do some computer specialty investigations to see if you can hack into the Cardassian systems.
Okay, well, let's see what we have here in my where are we? Beta shift. Oh, for goodness sake. I haven't even opened up my thing yet. Where did I say?
Jerry's coming back.
Yay!
There he is. There we add him back to the stream. That's okay, Jerry. All right, so I don't know if you heard there. So Pat had the idea of trying to hack the Cardassian systems and use the Cuchulain systems to create sensor echoes or sensor ghosts.
Like piggyback it. Yeah, great idea. Let's go for that.
So to fool their system, fool the Cardassians into thinking that more starships are in orbit with you. So now it's,
So they can do that. So I need that to be bigger.
So what you need to do is start looking at your systems of what you have, what are your skill sets, and what you're going to do. So this is going to be one of those workloads, just like the last day.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So I have linguistics, shipboard tactical systems, transporters, replicators, computers, survival skills, and composure. Who gave me that one?
So you know how to compose yourself as you're trying to rebuild all these systems.
Okay. I also have technical expertise and in the nick of time.
Right, okay. Technical expertise and in the nick of time. Okay, so what has everybody else got?
I have engineering talent, miracle worker, repair team leader.
So an engineering talent would be quite useful here.
Very useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd be so chief. So yeah, you'd yeah. So you'd be using insight and science if you think your character should know what you're doing, or you would be using reason and engineering. So insight and science, or reason and science, or either one of those with engineering to see if you know what you're.
I have 12 for insight and science.
Insight and science. So you got to tell me what system you're using, what system you're modifying, and let me know whether or not you think your character would know how to modify that intuitively, or they would have to figure out how they
Somebody
would.
who can do it, yeah.
So if you can figure it out, that means you can use reason. And if you know about it, you would use insight.
Okay, so reason. I have reason and engineering, which gives me 15.
Yeah,
well, let's go with you, Sohan.
Well,
not necessarily because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, then you'd have to use insight. So you're.
Yeah,
sorry, hang on. No, you'd use reason. You'd use reason because you're trying to reason out how you would do what you're doing.
Yes, no. Reason and engineering would give me 15.
Right. Okay. So this would be this would be a pattern of work. So you would have to be working together on this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So so we'll say that you need to get so many. What was this? So many work. So okay. So here's what we do, because that'll take me too long to look up, and I want to keep things tracking along and moving along here. So I want you to describe exactly what you want to do. So which sensor palette and all that you want to do.
I think we might as well use the main sensor since our sensors aren't operable anywhere, and they're not much use to us on the planet and such. And we know the Cardassians are pretty close, so I think we should use our main sensors.
Okay.
Hit him the hardest, and you know.
So
What are you going to do with your main sensors?
you're talking about reconfiguring the main sensors to project a sensor echo image to the Cardassian sensors array. Where is the Cardassian sensor array? Is it?
It's in front of you.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the deflector shield. It's in the deflector shield, I would imagine.
In front of you.
Yeah, I know, but are we sending it to 2 ships? So 1 sensor array to 2 ships? Or are we sending 2 sensor arrays? Are you using to make 2 different ships to the 2?
I think one ship is enough. I think we'll try 1 ship.
Huh?
Well, what you're talking about is either a narrowband or a wideband transmission.
Yeah, I think a narrowband 1 ship.
So if you're doing a wideband or a broadband transmission, you'll go to both ships. But if you're trying to convince just 1 ship, it would be a narrowband, then you would get a stronger signal going in just one direction.
Exactly.
So
which do we need to focus it on the lead ship? Do we know which ship is the lead ship?
You know when Glin Jasad, when he transmits, you know what ship that's coming from.
Coming from. So you're saying
when the hail comes through, yeah. So I think we go for the lead ship, yeah. Do you agree? Everyone agree?
See what it does, because basically we want them to back off and head back towards Cardassia space, but that still leaves the guy down on the planet.
Yeah.
So I mean, we need to get him out of there too. So I mean, at that point, ideally, we'd like them to back off without.
I don't think they are, Anne.
I
don't think they are. Not when they have a ship around the surface.
If they think they're outmanned and they think they're outgunned,
maybe they do.
Yeah, then they might just back off and go for reinforcements.
Yeah, but they can't contact their guy on the planet for the same reasons we can't contact ours.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So we have to.
If we open contact, explain the situation, and we've done all we can. We've kept our side of the street clean. It's up to them now whether they want to play a ball. You know, we're giving them option of not a joint effort, but a way of saying like you can't contact your guy, you can't contact our guy. You know.
Are you offering to work together with them?
If we have to, but I'm not. That's a last minute option. Like
team up and recover our people.
So
they have.
What you need to do now is you need to. What Jerry's proposing is diplomacy versus distraction. So if you want to distract them and work alone, or you will now try an avenue of diplomacy. What you could do is you could. One part of the team could work on seeing if diplomacy will work, while the other team work in the background to reconfigure the ship sensors.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
To promote to project as a backup plan. Yes.
Yep.
Perhaps maybe Anne and Pat could do that, and perhaps me and Andrew could work on the diplomacy side, since we're not flying the ship anywhere. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. You're in charge.
It's a team effort. At the end of the day.
Yes, it is. What's your comment, Pat? I can see you moving, but I can't hear anything.
Type it up in the private chat there.
In the chat, yeah.
Oh,
Thumbs
you don't
up
know how
from
long. You can play by text like we all used to do back in the day.
back in the day. Oh my
Back in
god.
the 90s,
jealous,
we
you know,
used to role play via text. So we'll say that you've got this is something else that you got to do. So
Yeah, we can work together.
Yeah.
So here we go. Extended tasks, work magnitude. Yes, here we are. I had it fucking marked. Right.
I think you said yep, sounds good. Yeah, well, that's.
Each task.
Yeah. Okay. So myself and Pat will work on the reason and engineering to get the array ready, just to see if we can do it, and if it's possible, what we're talking about doing. So.
5 or more work is made after the reduction from this.
And then Zach, you're making ship go fast.
Yeah.
At the moment, you're making ship stand still.
Make ship
I'm
hover.
not dumping anything.
Okay. So what
And
we're going
I'm
to do here
supposed to
is
do. And I do diplomacy, which is for me and Jono.
so you're for diplomacy, Jerry. It would be presence. And
12.
presence and command. So, but you'll have to tell me exactly what how you're going to approach a Cardassian Glin to make him believe what you're saying. So you're going to have to actually say what you want to say to him, and then you're going to have to roll to make him believe that, right? Now, and if you want to make a note that your magnitude will be a workload of 2. Okay. But those 10 have right. So and when you do when yourself and someone else does a bit of work, you must succeed in the work, and then when you roll the d6, you must get you must record that you need at least 5 or more to make it a successful. You need 5 or more to make it a breakthrough.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So magnitude 2 workload.
All right. So so we'll go magnitude 2 for the lowest rating, and then it'll be a magnitude 4 if you want to make it a bigger ship that you want them to believe. So magnitude 2 will get you another Nova class starship arriving in, whereas a magnitude. If you manage to continue the work and get a higher score, you'll make them believe that, say, again, Excelsior class or you know, if you've got a magnitude of 5, which is a lot of breakthroughs and a lot of dice rolling and a lot of monotony to get it to
sounds good.
You know, you could be here until the rest of the night just trying to, you know, reconfigure the sensor array, which may not be the most exciting for anybody who's watching. I think because we don't have that many people watching live right this minute.
Okay, because they're all having their dinner.
All right. So, and hello to anybody who's watching after the fact. And it's
After dinner, dessert, and all the rest. Yeah.
Hello to PJ, who generally listens to us as a audio podcast. So hello to those people who watch us after the fact. So we love having you here. And if you are jumping in now, chime in the comments to help us along here, interacting with us. All right. So there's 2 things going on here. You guys, let me know what you guys want to do first.
Okay. Well, we need to make a start on that workload, the magnitude 2.
Yeah, we start with that first. Yeah.
Yeah. So, based on the fact that I have reason and engineering of 15, we need to figure out which arrays. We're going to use all arrays, aren't we? Because we're going to have to, if we
we'll
need
have to. Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We need to do the level 1 diagnostic first.
Yeah.
Okay, so level 1 diagnostic to see how the ship is doing. Well, it's a standard difficulty of 2.
Okay. And
unless you know what you're doing, and then you've got something that'll help you, and then you can reduce that.
Okay. Shipboard tactical systems.
I don't know. It won't be the tactical systems because it's the sensor array.
Yeah.
Okay. Computers.
Well, you're reconfiguring the computer, but it's more anything to do with the sensor array or sensors or science or something.
I have a talent of technical expertise.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that. We can reduce that difficulty down to 1.
Okay.
All right.
So I need to roll 2d20. I'm using my reason and engineering.
Yes.
Or should I be using something else?
Reason and engineering is correct.
Okay, so 2d20 and its target number is 15. Okay, and roll.
Congratulations, 2 successes. Bank of momentum.
Thank you.
So you get a bank of momentum out of that, and you've successfully do a level 1 diagnostic on the ship systems and see that the sensor array is working perfectly.
So we have the capability to do this. We
Wow.
just require the expertise to configure it and do it.
Yes.
And that's where our workload comes in.
Exactly.
Yay, I learned something today. Sorry.
Yay!
All right. So Anne, we'll consider this a round. So Anne, you've gone this round. So we now have the 3 boys to go. So who's going next? Is anybody going to start the sensor array?
Pat, yeah, Pat's next.
Pat's helping me with that.
Okay. All right. So Pat, you can roll for. So let me reread you this so you can. We can all be on the same page. Page is page 90, and it is unlike normal tasks. Extended tasks can be overcome in a single attempt. Extended tasks should be used sparingly and only in situations where the additional pressure or tension, such as during combat, or is there limited amount of time to succeed. Extended tasks use a mechanism similar to how damage is inflicted in combat. Represent activities which will take an uncertain amount of time and effort to complete, which is ideally suited to situations where there is an increasing peril and risk of harm the longer the activity takes to complete, like, say, being fired upon or crew members on the planet's surface. Additional information on extended tasks is page 282. Extended tasks have a few additional factors to consider over normal tasks. Work. Each extended task has a work track, which is a means of determining how much work will be needed to overcome the extended task. Whenever a character succeeds at a task as part of an extended task, it will make an amount of work, okay, which is marked off the work track. Work track normally has a value of from 5 to 20, and we're doing a work track of 2. Magnitude. Each extended task has a magnitude. A work track has 5 to 20. We're using 5. Now our magnitude. Each extended task has a magnitude, normally a value of 1 to 5. So we're doing 2. Which represents how large and complex an undertaking the extended task is. When a character achieves a number of breakthroughs equal to the extended task's magnitude, the extended task is completely overcome, right? So you need 2 breakthroughs, right? There's also resistance to take into account, but we're not counting any resistance because nothing's broken right now, which is great. Which is used. An extended task also has a base difficulty, which is used for all tasks made to overcome the extended task. This base difficulty can be modified on each task as circumstances such as traits dictate, but all start from the same place, which is 2 difficulty. So when you roll your dice, you're trying to get 2 successes per roll, and then that's a successful. And then once you get that, you get to roll your d6, and on the d6, you get to roll how much work has been created. And if you get 5 or more work, you get a breakthrough. So the character can roll 2 d6 plus additional d6 equal to the discipline used for that task. Okay? So what discipline are you using, Anne?
I'm not using it. It's Pat.
Sorry, Pat. What discipline are you using? Reason and engineering, right? So engineering. What's your engineering, Pat? Your engineering is 3. So Pat gets to roll gets to roll 5d6. Yes, 5d6 plus additional. It's yes. The total rolled on these dice is the amount of work done. Yes. So you get to roll 5 d6 upon a successful roll. Okay. All right. So, how are you getting on there? So let's give us an old. Jerry's just doing some random rolling there for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's just something. Yeah. Sorry, Pat or John.
He's figuring shit out. There is another Facebook user saying hello, and that Facebook user is Frank, who's saying hello from 3 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Even Frank, who has his own chat, hasn't given StreamYard permission for him to see who it is he's logging with.
You have to laugh.
Yeah.
Right.
Laugh, yeah.
So, right, Pat. So give us an old roll there, Pat. Roll the Pat cannon. He will do in about 5 seconds once the transmission complete through the internet.
There's a slow burning fuse on the Pat cannon, yeah.
So Pat rolls 2 successes. He rolls a 9 and a 5. Well done, Pat. So you now get to roll 5d6.
5d6.
And see how you do on your 5d6, which means I have to get out my translation page, which on the starter rules is on page 6 of the starter rules. There's a little graph, and that tells me that we have. So Pat has rolled a 5, a 1, 4, 3, and a 1. So you get. So that's 1, 2, nothing, 3. So you got 3 there, Pat, which is not 5, which is not enough to get your breakthrough. So you've only rolled 3 on that. You need to get 5 on that. All right. So now down to the boys who are going to attempt their diplomacy.
Okay, I'll roll first. So I have.
I know. What are you doing first?
Yeah, what are you doing, Jerry? You explain to me what you're going to try and say to Glin Jasad to convince him, and you'll have to. Are you opening hailing frequencies? You know, are you negotiating? And
Are we able to open hailing frequencies?
You are able.
Yeah. What we're going to say, we're going to ask him for. We need his cooperation, basically. We are unable to contact one. Okay.
Just look what's going on the planet below. We've got people down there. They've got people down there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say before I was cut off, Sap.
And get over there.
Yeah, we need to get him out there.
Ask, just you know.
Well, I was going to tell him, man.
Well, hold on a second. Hang on. And just let Jerry talk for a sec. Jerry, just explain. Just Jerry now. Jerry, explain to me what your plan is and what you want to say to Glin Jasad.
Well, what I want to say to him that we have people on the surface, and that we need his help, not to help us rescue, but to use his system, his sensors, so we can communicate with our people down below, find out what's happening, and then assess the situation. That and that only.
Okay. All right. So, so between yourself and Zap, you can open hailing frequencies, which is easy enough to do. You don't have to roll for anything for that. It just works. And Glin Jasad comes up on the screen, and he immediately is all up in your face, going, "Why are you still here? This is not a Federation matter."
It is a Federation matter. One of our vessels has been pursued by one of your vessels. Can you explain why, please?
Your vessel was seen traveling at high speeds to this destination past Cardassian space.
Our vessel was returning. Our vessel was returning
to check out what a Federation vessel might be doing at such
let me see this
location so far away from it.
Will that come under security? Not really.
Basically, our vessel was returning after dropping off some of our crew, and no more. Our vessel was fired upon and pursued for no apparent reason. Or we don't know where our vessel is.
We made no aggressive action against your vessel. Are you making accusations now?
I am merely stating fact. Did you pursue a Federation vessel or not?
We pursued, but we did not fire upon. How dare you say that?
Okay, so 2d20.
The reason we are contacting your good self is because we are not aware of what exactly happened. So we are going to asking you in good faith to compound the situation before it gets completely out of hand and to find out what exactly happened. So we would ask if we could use your sensors arrays to piggyback, contact our vessel below, and see what the situation is. We are aware that you had 3 vessels. There are 2. Is one of your vessels in trouble, or does it need help?
Okay, Jerry, well done. So from this particular moment, Jerry, you make your roll to see if
2d20 target number 11.
What do I roll?
So you
2d20, yeah?
Your 2d20, and your role would be presence and command, Jerry.
17, which is 17.
So Jerry rolls a 20, which is roll a second dice there, Jerry.
220. No.
Roll a second dice if you can.
I can.
Hand me the television remote there, Frank.
Want me to roll a second one?
Yes, roll the second one there. No, that's fine. No,
yeah, it's slow. It's slow, John.
So
atmospherics.
So Jerry, you rolled a 20 and a 6, and your difficulty to convince him was 2, but you rolled a 20. So Jerry, you've done the opposite of what you needed to do, and you've angered him even more.
Yeah.
So he's pretty pissed off at this stage, and you'll have to do a bit more convincing. Zap, is there anything that you can do to help the situation? Maybe.
I could whisper in Jerry's ear.
Well, you could whisper in Jerry's ear, or you can try and do something else. I mean, I think whispering in Jerry's ear will do not very much to convince Glin Jasad. He's kind of done with Jerry at this stage. His finger is hovering over the mute button.
Annihilate button.
You know, so Zap, is there anything you figured that you might be able to do? I'm giving you the opportunity, Zap, to try and help the situation.
I'm thinking that if we can see the plasma fire moving across the planet's surface.
No, you can't. You can't see through the atmosphere.
So, right, we've no
you don't know what's going on below the cloud layer. That's we
just know that Shuttle Sharon is gone down.
Shuttle Sharon's gone down, pursued by a Hideki class Cardassian vessel.
Right,
so Sharon's little shuttle went through the atmosphere, and then this thing just went after. So, and now Jerry has unsuccessfully attempted to ask for the Cardassians' help, which he was doing quite well in his role play, but unfortunately his role didn't allow him to do that. He rolled a 20.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd help us anyway, John, to be quite honest.
So Zap, I'm just giving you the opportunity, Zap, to see what if there's anything else you can come up with at this particular moment.
The only thing I could do is ask the Glin and talk to him and ask if he wants our assistance the way we want his,
right?
To get our people back, or at least get in contact with the people below and find out what the story is. Did both ships survive or empty?
Okay, so you want
a combined effort of all 3 ships, 2 Cardassian, 1 for Federation. Combined effort, yeah. Let's try and we've tried it. Let's try some more, another bit of sugar, and see will he take it.
Can I make a suggestion?
You can.
If we offer to give him the plans for a communications array.
Federation technology.
Well, just the plans on how to create one, not using our technology, but the basic premise of how to replicate what we've done to put a satellite in orbit to find out what's going on the planet.
Well, you'd have to do a lot of convincing there from the end to, you know, if you want to give over, that is kind of giving over Federation secrets to an enemy which the Federation is at war.
Yeah,
you know, so like currently the Federation is at war with the Cardassians.
But we both Cardassians and Federation need to know what's going on with the planet.
I'd allow them access, but I mean, I wouldn't allow them to give them plans, like, because no.
Well, do we have the capability to make another one?
Well, you do have the capability to make another one. It's a science vessel. There'll be more probes down below, but again, you'll have to do like you'll have to build it and spend time and get the crew on it and stuff.
Or could we offer them? Because I'm trying to think of things that might sweeten the pot enough that they might actually change their minds to help us. We're basically going in with 2 hands wide open at the moment with nothing in them. So Cardassians require quid pro quo. So it's their modus operandi, isn't it?
Well, so I think Zap is right. Cooperation is enough for no one, not technology. I think cooperation is enough for no one.
So what we'll do now is Zap roll for your diplomacy as you chime in after Jerry. You see the Glin is starting to, you know, he's hopping mad. He's not exactly receptive to what Jerry's just said. You know, Jerry's charisma has gone down through the toilet. And the Glin is, you know, he's less than impressed with this particular crew. He feels that he's got the power, which he does, because he's got two vessels and they're to your one, and he's got warships versus your science vessel. And you reveal to him that Cardassian citizens of the Bajoran race are on the surface. So even though you're in unclaimed space, he still claims that this is a Bajoran matter, not a Federation matter, and the Federation are just poking their noses in where they're not welcome again.
Okay, that's what he claims. That doesn't mean it's fact. There were Cardassian uniforms found in the ship.
Again, another reason why it should be you know, Cardassians investigating the situation, not the Federation.
Well.
It's a Cardassian vessel that was, even though it might have been a Bajoran transport, it was a Cardassian, you know, the Cardassians consider.
As I explained earlier the last time, like, we were rendering assistance to a distress call. That's it.
All right, Zap, so roll your...
Zap, roll away, Zap. I just said Zap away, roll.
Zap away, roll.
What am I rolling? I assume it's reason.
So presence, it's your presence and command. Presence and command. Or command presence. One of the two.
Yeah, please.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a night of it.
Oh, good Lord. That's almost as good as mine.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, I'd have to look at that after the game. Right, what did you roll there? Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Taxi!
You put us onto this program. It's your fault.
Okay, I'm just,
it's my fault anyway.
Yes, Pat. That would have been awesome if we got it.
I'm just going to
Cardassian equipment down there.
So I'm just going to share this. So there you can see on the right-hand side, the lads have rolled. And we see that Jerry rolled 3 dice. He should have only rolled 2. So he got a 20 and a 6. So that was 1 success and 1 abject failure. And then Zap has rolled a 7 and a 20, which is a success and an abject.
Hey.
Pat here is saying Cardassian equipment on the planet, turn it around, accuse him of spying, attempting to set a listening post or something, computer end program.
Pat, you're in the show. Tough shit.
Oh, I love it.
Unfortunately, Pat, Zap didn't get that memo, and he rolled quite badly. So as the two of you, as Anne and Pat are in the background trying to reprogram the sensors, to make it look like there's more ships than there are of Federation vessels and signals. Glin Jasad has been on the screen talking to Jerry, getting more and more pissed off with him, and then Zap pipes up from the con as Jerry's sitting in the captain's seat in the middle of the bridge, and then Zap kind of pipes up from the con position up the front and goes, well, now look, I think we can, you know, maybe if we can try and help out. And it's like, who are you to speak to me, underling? How dare you allow one of your subordinates to take over for you? What sort of a commander are you? This negotiation is over. Beep. And he cuts transmission. The Cardassian, two Cardassian vessels start repositioning themselves. So it's now the next round. So what are you guys doing?
Ray shields.
Those through out the nearest airlock.
Ray shields anyway. Ray shields.
They're already up.
They're already up.
They're already up, sunshine. Right.
Options.
Well, we need to continue with our work, Pat and myself, and you two need to.
The diplomatic part is gone at this stage. It looks that way.
Well,
unless he's going to change his mind, but I don't think so. Unless he's been able to contact his ship, which we don't know.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. Now, let him strut about and procrastinate and all that, and let him just rant away for a bit. And perhaps when he sees the Arabs away, he may come down, but I doubt it. So we need options. We need options. So you two keep working away. But look at the stalling game now. No one's fired yet. Remember that. And nobody's been lost yet. So remember that.
Pat says diplomacy sucks anyway.
Yeah, well, Pat's right.
It does, Pat. Yes, it does.
Yeah, but you have to ask him first before you shoot him. Then shoot him.
Federation way of thinking. Such a Starfleet way of thinking.
Yeah. It sucks.
Well, you have to ask him for. You have to ask him first and then shoot him.
Beta shift does not excel at first contact. We do second contact, and even at that we
do third, fourth, and fifth, for God's sake.
Well, you know, you started off quite well by Cardassian vessels flying in without opening fire first, and you got them to talk. However, that just fell apart very, very badly just now.
No, Pat. We can loop back, and they can loop back with us. Like, no. I don't think it's a good idea.
We can outrun them. We can. Can't we?
Yeah, we're warp 9, aren't we? Well, sort of, yeah.
So you guys, you're probably faster, but are you going to abandon an away team and a support?
No, we can't. No, we can't.
No, we can't. So what if we continue working to generate the
sensor echoes?
Abandon
is such a harsh word, says Pat.
It just and then we just go to piggyback on him anyway and contact our vessel and tell them we're here and we're going to get you out.
Is it possible to also blind their sensors to our actual location?
Excellent idea. Excellent idea.
Well, that would take. So you can work on one of two things. You've already started work on creating false sensor images. To project false sensor images from the main array. If you were to start sending out a different signal, you'd have to reconfigure your work and start again.
No, we definitely need this, but we need something in tandem with this because we need to maybe blind their sensors or to us for a small period of time until we can actually.
It might confuse our sensors as well, Pat.
Pat says to fly into the atmosphere full speed and use the storm to confuse their sensors. So that's another option.
That is a good option, actually, and it's quicker than the workload that we're currently working on. What's the downside to that?
We blow up.
Yeah, or we at the least we confuse our sensors. All sensors will be confused.
But why would we blow up when the other ships didn't?
Well, that was the thing. Like the reason why the Waverider was sent through, Sharon shouldn't have gotten through, and her shuttle was destroyed. Even though you guys don't know that, but she went in as a fireball. The reason why the Waverider was chosen to go in was because it was a smaller vessel with less to go wrong as the structural integrity would go down. And even as the Waverider went down, the last few logs you got was that support stabilizers were going offline, going through that less, and the atmosphere was less turbulent at the time. Now it's more turbulent.
Yeah.
So and Pat goes, so we'll be very, very careful.
Yeah, to might take a bit of paint off the side of the ship, like, or a bit of a dent or something, you know.
So
Can't be doing that now, like, Nicky will kill me.
So what you going? So what do you? So anyway, are you continuing on with the sensor projection?
I think we have to. I think we have to.
I think it's our only option now.
Pat, roll your roll again. Your 2d20s for your sensor modifications.
I think the priority is to get in contact with the Waverider and apprise them of the situation.
Right.
We don't know which direction this plasma storm is going to go. It could come back. It could come this way, go left. You know, we don't know.
What's that going to achieve, Jerry? Because they're down there. They're managing their own away mission. We have to adjust in there.
It's gone now, it's a recovery mission now. They're trying to get out now.
Well,
so Pat, do you have any specialties that will allow you to reduce your success, the difficulty from 2 to 1? Is there anything on your character sheet that allows you to make this better?
You can put a fishing present.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, baby.
Pat is absolutely shocked.
Can we rig up some Morse code for Zap? Or for Pat?
Everyone, there's always some sort of communications issue here, whether it's me and a shite internet connection or your phone and security. Well, no, unfortunately, this is a sensor modification, so security's not going to help you there, Pat. So anyway, so you
want me to assist him.
Okay, and if you assist him, you can't go for your full role.
Well, we have to work together anyway for this.
One of the other lads can assist Pat to see if they can get an extra.
What am I looking for? So, Jono.
Right. So you're looking for. Are you an engineer, Jerry? You are, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Right. So you would have insight and engineering.
Insight and engineering. That would give me 4. That would give me 14, Jono.
All right. So you're rolling to assist. So you're only rolling one d20.
1 d20. Okay.
1d20.
1 d20.
With a target of 14.
Yeah. So roll 1 d20 less than 14. See how you do.
Sorry, computer's acting up now, guys. Sorry.
It's the hard part when you're not in person, because if you're in person, you just go, oh, 1 d20, and 30. Ah, there we go. Oh.
I don't know, engineer 14. Yeah.
This is where all the mumbles of calculations happen, and you really have to have the patience of a saint, since nobody's editing these episodes to get just the exciting bits through. They're live streamed, so which is basically me trying to fill time while Jerry tries to figure out what button to push.
No. It's the computer is slow. The buttons are pressed. Yeah, we have initiated contact.
You're still rolling. You still haven't got it configured correctly. That you've just run 1 d20 plus 14 instead of rolling 1 d20 less than 14. Jerry.
Ah, scheisse.
So anyway, I can read from that you got a 2, which is a success. So Pat, you did get Jerry helped you to get those successes. So Pat, you need to roll 5d6 and see what you get with your 5d6.
Now, does the 3 from last time, the 3 successes from last time, carry forward? As part of
that is a very good question, and I wondered that myself. It doesn't actually mention anything about that here, about carrying them forward. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. That's a breakthrough. So you're halfway through. Well done, Pat. So that's a breakthrough. So Anne, with the help of
they're music next door,
you roll for the same thing. So you roll to help Pat with the sensor echoes.
Okay. Am I still using my reason and engineering?
Yes.
Okay. So I need to roll 2d20 for reason and engineering.
Yep.
2 successes.
Congratulations, Anne. Roll your 5d5. 5d6, sorry, d5. Wow.
Okay, so d6, and I need to. Oh, I only rolled 1 there. Where am I? I can't see my d6s anywhere.
You should be able to. That's 2d5.
Yeah.
So you rolled 3. So you rolled.
Oh yeah, I see
more.
them. Sorry. So I have to roll 3 more.
Yep, 3 more. So you get 5. 5. That's 1. 1, 2. So that's 3, 4, and nothing. So you get 4. So you get 4 there, Anne. So you didn't quite make it. All right, for this round. But Pat got 1 breakthrough, so you have to make the breakthrough in the next roll. You've now got Zap. It's your go now.
Well, I think what I should do is start maneuvering the ship back towards the planet. Seems we drifted away, and they're moving as well. So if we kind of
okay, all right. So you want
close to the atmosphere as possible. Yeah, go for that, Zap. Yeah.
Okay, all right, Zap. So that's pretty easy for you. I'm going to say it's only a difficulty of 1. That's a really easy roll for you. Control and con, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just check your stats page there.
Yeah, control con is 16.
Security. It's good as well. Yeah, it does look well.
Came from the US, did it?
No, Amazon UK.
Okay.
Um,
Searching on Amazon UK.
2 successes.
US.
2 successes. Oh, and you got a 1.
Yeah.
oh, well done, Zap. So you both
Zap.
Zap back.
Momentum.
You guys have 2 momentum right now.
That's 2 momentum we have.
You have 2 momentum, which is well done, guys. So Zap, you maneuver the ship back into geosynchronous orbit above the area of the planet in which all the shuttles and everybody went down at the same place. You know, so Pat says, "Big ship, go now." So well done, Zap. That's a successful maneuver of the ship back into place. And as you maneuver the ship, Zap, you also take a look at your board and you see that the Cardassians are moving into flanking positions on the Cuchulain, and the lead ship opens fire. So the ship, it seems,
Wait for impact.
I mean, he's just fed up with you. So he opens fire and yeah.
Cheeky feckers.
So, and then I'm going to spend my threat. So I spend that threat, and then I go, and that gives me that. I roll. Oh yeah, and what is that giving? 9. Oh, 9. Roll this. And that is 1 success, which is all he needs. And you take a hit of oh dear me. All right.
I'm confiscating those dice from Jon.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are evil dice.
They are. They're akin to voodoo bones.
You can't beat a bit of voodoo bones, yeah. Every home should have one.
Have to go and get the whole sealant out of them.
And vicious by 2. Vicious attack.
Yeah, no, it's never good when Jon chuckles, Pat.
Aha, all right. So so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Minus your resistance of the Cuchulain has a resistance of 3. So 7 minus 3 equals 7 minus 3 equals 4. All right. So so you don't suffer any breaches, which is good. So your damage, you've removed your damage. Your damage is down by 4. So your shields are now down to 6. So somebody makes a note that your shields are down to 6.
Okay.
6. Okay.
You're the last one to go. Do you want to return fire, Jerry? You're only escalating.
Jerry's already gone.
I've already gone.
So Jerry was assisting
Oh,
Pat.
yeah, you were. Sorry.
Just a suggestion, yes, he's fired and we stay in damage, but it's minimum. But we're in position. Can we try once more? Just a suggestion only. Can we try once more to open hailing frequency and ask him why the hell are you firing on us? If you keep firing, we're going to return with all the power and our ships on the way, etc., etc., etc. Or do we just fire back?
Pat goes, get me a spacesuit and a can of silicone. He's going out on the bow.
Later, Pat. Later. Calm down. Later. Not just yet. We're saving that till later.
Pat's ready to load the Pat cannon.
Jerry?
Yeah?
I'm about to say something I never thought I would say in this lifetime or the next.
I'm right?
You could be right.
I could be right.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying you could.
So what are you doing? Tell me.
What I'm proposing is that we try to open hailing frequencies again, and we ask him if we do, why are you firing on us? We've already attempted to try and explain the situation and offered our help. We are a peaceful ship, etc., etc., etc. And then, if he just starts putting on a defensive or a combative stance, our only option is to open fire.
Okay, this is a direct aggression against the Federation starship.
It is direct aggression.
Okay, all right. So you can.
Let's not escalate it, John. If you know what I mean. It's 2 against 1. Let's not go into battle unless we have to. You know?
So what happens is Zap opens, or whoever's on the communications, and you're on the communications panel, aren't you?
I am, thank you.
Yeah. So you're on it's a minor action, so it's pretty easy to open up hailing frequencies. The ship is still operational. You contact Glin Jasad. He pops up on the main view screen again with his weird wide-angle lens and goes, "See what happens if you cross the Cardassians. Retreat now and leave this system. I will not warn you again."
Or we could, Jerry.
Yes.
We could use this as an act of direct aggression against the Federation. Do you really want to escalate at this point in your development?
Exactly. That's what I think we should say. Yeah.
How is this an escalation? The Cardassian Union and the Federation are already
There is no honor.
There is no war.
Against
I am not a Klingon. How do you think honor enters into this discussion? Roll, Jerry, roll your presence and roll your presence and command again, please. With a difficulty of
presence and command 12. I'm actually 17. Do I roll 2 or 2 or 1, John?
Jerry.
3, please. Roll 3 dice. And sorry, hang on a second. Hang on.
Yeah.
You get to roll 2 as a basis. The difficulty is now 3. You do have 2 momentum to spend, but unless you spend momentum and can come up with another way of gaining a bonus, you cannot convince him otherwise.
Okay, what have you got that
will you can be assisted. You can assist it. You can be assisted as well. So,
who can assist me, Zap?
He's already gone. You're on your own.
I'm on my own.
No.
Yeah. Zap has gone, hasn't he? He's maneuvered the ship.
No, that was the previous round. The Cardassians then fired. That was their go. Now it's the crew's go again.
Okay.
Nice. That's me. So
Jerry gets to go to see if he can use his presence and roll to convince them.
Jerry, do you have any skill or focus or talent that would actually reduce that?
Engineering talent, miracle worker, and a repair team leader, and troubleshooting, and engineering focus.
So it's all engineering for Jerry, not diplomacy. Where's Antoinette when you need her?
Okay, can I assist him? I have linguistics.
Yeah.
I have composure. I have survival skills. I also have resolute.
Well, that just means that you're dogged in your endeavors. Resolute means you're not going to give up.
Yeah.
What was the second one you read out there, Anne? Composure?
I have survival skills, composure, linguistics.
Yeah, so linguistics isn't going to help you because the universal translator is doing that. Survival skills isn't going to help you because that's for like not dying in the middle of the wilderness. Composure might help you a little bit so that you're not going to lose your temper at this pretty hot-headed Glin. But also, if you help him, and you'll have to give up.
Yeah.
You have to give up on your extended task of trying to reconfigure the sensor suite. So
I can't help him with that. So either Pat or Zap, you can help him.
Well, Pat can still continue on with you. He got one breakthrough the last go. So
4 towards the next one.
So all right. So Jerry and Zap, it's up to you guys. Whether you want.
Yeah, I'm just having a wee bit of problem with your computer there.
Okay, well, Zap, why don't you help Jerry? Do you have anything that would actually assist him?
It'll be the same thing. It'll be presence and command roll.
Presence and command would be 12.
12, right? So Zap can do a single dice roll to assist Jerry. And Jerry, you have two dice to roll, or if you spend the momentum, you can get an
that's what I was just going to say. Could Jerry...
What am I rolling? So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Presence and command.
Presence and command. So it's roll twice, yeah?
Yeah, no, I was going to say use a momentum, but Zap could use a momentum as well.
Yeah.
No, he can't. He
can't. Only Jerry, you can use a momentum. So you'd be rolling 3 dice if we spend a momentum on this. Okay. And then he can assist you depending on your result.
And it's D20.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
And 17.
Spending a momentum, so that's 3D20.
3D20. And it's plus or minus 17?
Less than 17.
Plus should be 0. But then you go down to where it says target number underneath that.
Yeah. It's the most like, yeah. I'm taking up at the minute. Sorry, guys. Just won't go where I want to go.
Lots of frantic clicking there by Jerry on
the mouse. Yeah, the active. It's just not. It's not up at the minute.
I need to get you that mouse, man.
Yeah. I know. So I go to target number. Where do I go? Zap? Sorry.
Yeah, the second box to the right.
Yeah.
So Jerry, you'll have advanced roll. It says roll, and you put in 2. It says in the drop-down menu, it'll say D20. All right, you put in D20, and it'll say plus. You keep it at 0. Then below that, it says optional additional settings. Exploding, none. So you have none for exploding. Then below that again, it says target number, and you see it has a greater than or a less than option. You go less than, and in there you will put your the combination number of your presence and command. So what's your presence and command? 17, is it?
17, yeah. It's just jump. It happens to be jumping all over the place, so I have to wait to settle, and I can do it then. Come on, you motherfucker. Sorry, I know.
So no, it's so Pat has put in the private link here because he can't talk. He says, Jono's screen keeps freezing on me when he's doing mad Cardassian leers and it's freaking me out. What do you mean, Pat? Is something wrong?
He's gonna have nightmares tonight. Thanks, Jono.
Those Cardassians and their super wide-angle fisheye lenses for their main view screens.
So much therapy.
So much therapy, says Pat. All right, Jerry, how are you getting on there?
Come back to me in about 2 minutes. I'm serious.
Jesus Christ! All we want you to do is roll some dice. Come on. My God, I think you need to get an external mouse there if that trackpad's going that barmy.
It's just been having one of those moments. It's okay.
I've been having one of those lives. It's all right.
My God! Oh well, everybody that's watching at the moment, talks amongst yourselves, or maybe try in the comments. We have a comment there from somebody. Antoinette says, "Tell that Romulan to Shara Arestos." What Romulan is that? Maybe is that a Harry Potter and Star Trek reference?
I've just rolled. I think.
So Jerry, you rolled 3 dice, and you still rolled the wrong way. But anyway, you rolled a 7, a 4, and a 3. Congratulations, you got 3 successes.
Yay!
We'll have no. Oh God, what are you doing there? So Jerry, see the way you have 17 written in the plus box?
Yeah.
Delete that and put in 0. That's what happened there.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you've got like 3D 20 17 less than 17, and so anyway, there you go. 7, 4, and 3. So congratulations, Jerry. You are successful in convincing the Cardassian to stand down for the moment. And so Glin Jasad leers at you through the screen, and he still thinks he has the upper hand, but he leers further into the screen at you and goes, "What is your suggestion, Federation? Tell me before I tell my other ship to start firing on your section."
Let us talk. Let's explore.
Talking.
Let us
talk. Where is your commanding officer? Who needs such a man in the captain's chair?
If you may let me finish, let us talk together to find a way to sort this out. A mutual agreement of both parties. You have a ship down below, have you not? We have not got it on our sensors. We have a ship down below, we hope, if it's not damaged. You may have people.
What do I care of Federation vessels or Federation people? My ship has entered the atmosphere, and there is nothing wrong with it.
Let this be an opening of our 2 mutual people. Let us work together and show both the Cardassians and the Federation that we can work together to rescue both our people.
Why would we work together?
Rescuing.
What is it that you don't understand that we are at war?
With who?
With who?
Cardassian Union
with who?
And the Federation are at war.
With who?
With whom?
Your brother. He clears his transmission, and I don't think you gather the fact that the Federation and the Cardassians are currently actively at war.
Yeah, but why?
Why?
Because there's a Cardassian Federation war on at the moment.
Yeah, but why?
Because it's in the script.
Okay.
Because it's in the timeline, it's in the story. Nobody ever said why they were at war, but there's a Cardassian war on at the moment.
That's exactly it. But why?
Right. Well, you can ask Rick Berman about that.
Explain.
See, no, he's cut transmission. He's done with you.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're right, Hicks. Our sensors are better. We are a science vessel. They are a military vessel. So. Yeah. That would be good. Yeah, I just don't think we're getting through to him.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of wasting our time with such a.
It's a shame because they had a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they had warp drive doesn't mean that they actually knew what to do in war. Great wide outdoors. Yes,
we are explorers, and like we're not.
The aft Cardassian vessel fires on you and hits you in the hind quarter. You take 8 damage. The shields take 3. I reduced that damage by 3, meaning that you get damage of 5, which means that you have now gained a breach. So Colin has now got a breach. So
repair crews to.
Let me see. Target is yes. Okay, so that's fine. And the main Cardassian vessel also fires successfully. 4 hits 4 and gives you a damage of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means that your shields are now offline. Shields are now offline. And he took that ahead of you guys because you weren't being very successful when you were talking to him. Oh, we've lost Jerry. So now with that being said, guys, you guys get to go.
Where do we get the breach?
Where did you get the breach? You are let me see. Ship systems. Okay, so actually I have to find my scale of ship combat. Sorry, where's my ship combat? No. Okay. Non-linear combat qualities, quest stacks, trees and healing. This is not starship combat. That's what I was looking for. This is where the tough part of not having Robbie nearby. Robbie usually helps me with this type of stuff.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for starship damage table. So when you get a breach, how do you distribute where it goes?
Is that on the conflict reference sheet?
No, it's not. I didn't put that one down on the conflicts reference sheet. 1 breach, engines lose 2 power, structure, roll a d6, delta, remember injured, restore, minor action, 2 breaches, damage system, difficulty put 2. Shields reduced to 0, 1 immediate breach, and start of the turn. Okay, so
We don't target the phaser, the torpedoes.
So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just roll a d6. All right. So Zap, you're driving. So Zap, roll a d6, and I will tell you where the breach is. You've 2 breaches because you've lost your shields, which is an immediate breach. All right. So roll a d6.
Is it 1d6?
1d6. 1d6. Your first breach is on the weapon system.
Balls.
Okay, so the weapon systems. So this is a bit of calculations here during the battle, guys. So the weapon systems takes the first breach. All right, and so that's 1 breach on the weapon systems. You also lose 2 power. So you've 9 power in total. You're down to 7.
We were down to 7 from previous.
Were you? So you're now down to 5.
5.
Down to 5. So damage systems. So weapons have a +2 difficulty. Weapons have a not yet. Okay, so we'll see what happens. So roll again. There, d6. Zap.
How many?
5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sensors are now damaged. Okay, and 2 breach effects. Damage systems are difficulty +2, and complication range is now 19 or 20. Repair difficulty is 3. Okay, so you have 2 breaches on board. If the engines get hit, if the engines take 6 damage, you get a warp core breach. Okay, so you don't want that to happen. So that's 2. The Cardassians have fired twice, 1 from each ship. That means so now it's you guys get to go, and you guys get to do what you need to do.
Okay, that's a good one, Pat.
Sorry, Jerry. There you go. Jerry's back. Pat says,
let's go with that. So yeah,
launch a shuttle on autopilot, so they think we're abandoning. That might distract them, so we can hit back.
Yeah, but it's 2 against 1, and our shields are down.
Yeah, but can we use our torpedoes? Can we use targeted torpedoes?
No,
take out them?
To run away.
What?
Time to run away. We can't go toe-to-toe with them. They still have full shields. We don't.
Can we before we run away? Can we fire a burst and target their shields and their weapons? A target is torpedoes, as Anne said.
Yeah,
And
I
then
want to
try past,
disable their weapons and disable their engines.
Yeah.
Leave them dead in the water if we can.
Okay, so you can target their ship. So range. Let me see here. So to target a specific system. So phasers is difficulty of 2. Torpedoes is difficulty of 3. Targeting a specific system adds 1 difficulty. All right, and if you increase the range, it goes up by 1 difficulty again. All right.
So who's available to that? Is that me?
We can't repair.
Pat is a weapons officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we can't. We could do, yeah.
Zap says he'll keep us out of range and orbit the planet.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that earlier?
I don't think there's yeah.
Because we were talking at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what are you guys doing? So tell me what's going away. What's happening? What's the decision?
Well, the priority is trying to repair the 2 breaches. Like I missed it because I was off, but are we in serious?
We are. We've no shields.
Shields are offline.
We're down to 5 power, and our sensors are damaged. Our weapons are damaged.
So the weapons are. Let me see. I'll tell you what it is now in a second.
Yeah, we have 1 breach on the weapons system.
Yeah, we've 1 breach on the weapons.
1, 2, 3,
How
6. So
how far is the nearest starbase or the nearest ship that's coming to help us?
No, we can't leave the vicinity. We cannot leave our crew down there.
So weapons and sensors are down 16%.
That's not too bad.
So weapons and sensors are on 83%.
Would there be any point firing on the ship? They're just going to return them. They're just going to return fire again and damage us more.
Yeah, but if we
no point firing at them. We haven't got the power to take on 2 of them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So what do you want to do then? Do you want to go down lower orbit, down nearer to the?
But we can't. We don't know what damage that'll do to a ship that's already damaged.
Exactly, and we've no.
I'll just back us off out of range of their weapons and just keep them away while we do the repairs.
But they've already.
We can do that. Yeah, go for that.
Being aggressive, so they're going to just follow us. They've got nothing better to do.
Yeah, but if we're faster, we can keep ahead slightly.
Slightly, yeah.
So what we
give us the edge. Give us the edge. We have to do something. We can't sit here and let them fire away at us all day.
Just run around the planet.
Okay, is the planet big enough for us to maintain that?
It's an Earth-sized planet, so yeah, it's a big enough.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Okay then, do that then.
Let's do that.
And then we can.
All right, so it's evasive maneuvers for you, and evasive maneuvers are on your control. So it would be so if you're charting a hazard, say, which you're getting out of combat. Evasive action is control and con, difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's structure and con. All attacks against the ship and attacks made by the ship increase their difficulty by 1. Power requirement 1. Okay. Save the ship, get out of range. If we destroy the ship, Alpha ship will never let us hear the end of it.
Yeah, we ain't destroying nothing.
Yeah, to help with that, I have a talent of efficient evasion, and I've also got a focus of combat maneuvering.
Okay, well done. So, with it says here, evasive action is control and con with difficulty of 1, assisted by the ship's structure and con. So, until the flight controller's next task, all attacks against the ship and all attacks made by the ship increase their difficulty by 1. So, you'll still have to spend the power requirement to move. So, your power requirement is down by 1. However, I'm not going to make you roll unless you want to roll to see if you gain momentum.
Yeah, let's go for it.
If you roll to gain momentum, you also risk the roll of rolling a 20.
No, I'll just
okay.
go as it is.
Your
Right.
call, Zap. Your call.
So you guys, so you're gonna neglect to roll because you don't need to, but you're not going to go and roll to see if you get any
Not taking the risk.
any momentum. You have at the moment 1 momentum. You still have your sensor echo thing on the halfway done. So Zap has made his roll and he's moved the ship. So the ship, as the Cardassians have gone around you, one has gone on the back and fired. It's hit you for 7 damage. The lead vessel with Glin Jasad on board, he's fired at you as well, and they've managed to cause 2 breaches, one to shields, one so knocked out your shields. Your weapons are down to 83%, and your sensors are down to 83%. And Zap has now taken the ship and moved it around, and he's starting to fly to attempt to get to the other side of the planet. Pat and Jerry, you still have options to go.
Okay, well, I think Pat and I should still continue to work on our workload and reduce it because we need that echo.
Roll for that.
Yeah, we definitely need our. Oh God, I'm after closing out of it. Sorry.
So Pat, while Anne is opening her window back up again, Pat, if you roll for Pat has rolled 2 successes. Congratulations, Pat. Right, so roll your 5d6. Very tense moment here as Pat attempts to roll his dice. So that's a 4. So that's 2. So that's nothing, 2, nothing, nothing, nothing.
Right.
So you got 2. Well done, Pat. Anne, your turn.
Okay, so I need to.
Pat's there again doing the thing and gets distracted because of the ship shifting around and being shot at and sees the going around and shifts himself.
He's always getting distracted.
8 dice.
It's time to suit up, Pat, I think.
Sorry, I was trying to change it over to the other one.
You got 1 success. Can you get the 2nd success?
Okay, that's.
I should really increase this difficulty by 2 by another one because the sensors are damaged, but I'll let you away with it. All right, so 2 successes there, Anne. Congratulations. Roll your d6. 5d6. I believe it's 5d6, isn't it? It's 2 plus whatever your engineering is. What's your engineering, Anne?
My engineering is actually 4.
Right, so you get to roll 66.
66.
So that is that is 6, which is 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3, 4, nothing. You get 4.
But I had 4 from the last time as well.
So I will say if you combine Pat and Anne's score together for this particular run, which I can fudge as the GM, you successfully get another breakthrough, and that was the 2nd breakthrough that you needed to activate the sensor echoes on from the ship. So explain to me what you've just programmed into the computer to project onto the Cardassian sensors.
An image of our Nova class ship, and we are going to use it to generate a sensor echo between the 2 ships so they fire on it and they annihilate themselves, annihilate each other.
Excellent.
So that's not what you planned to do.
No, but we changed our mind.
What your plan was. That's a completely different plan, and so
we forgot to tell you about that, Jono.
Did we forget to tell you about that? I'm sorry, John.
That you said you were working towards making a sensor echo of another ship comparable size to the Cuchulain. So what you've successfully managed.
It is a Nova class.
You've managed to project a 2nd Nova class vessel into the area beside yourselves. So the Cardassians now see 2 Federation starships. And I presume that you've been clever enough to make it look like this Federation vessel has just warped into the system and just didn't appear out of nothing.
Exactly.
Yes. So. Okay. Yeah, you just agree with me, Anne. I'll just make up the story right here.
Absolutely. Just
hang on a second.
Did you pick up that spanner right now?
There's another Zap driver. Of course, it just arrived then. Yeah.
So,
can we put that? We can put that image now anywhere we like, either before or after.
I will put it behind them.
Yes.
In between them, yeah, exactly.
Explain that between yourselves. Of an important call to make. Right, you take over there.
Let's
Right.
put the dummy ship in between those two then, and let's.
No, have it come in behind them so they think they're being. One of them will have to turn to go after that one, and so it'd be 1-on-1.
Yeah,
That'll
but
take the
then
pressure. That'll take the pressure off us, so we can go and make repairs.
No, we need to fire. We need to make it back. Oh, hello, Frank.
How are you doing, lads?
We need to.
Grand.
No,
Is the ship
fighting
still
is
in
bad.
one piece? Is
Um,
the ship still in
Fighting
one
is
piece?
an option on.
can we fire a burst like on board ships? Is that possible? Do you think?
Oh, that's a good one, Pat.
I think it means business. What would Pat say?
Pat said make a fake request for help to the sensor ghosts. The Cardis will
Oh
accept.
yeah, excellent. I just read it there. Yeah, excellent.
So I think we could use that in using my communications. I don't think they're going to. We're going to have to do much for that one. Well, I mean, we've got.
But you've rolled already, haven't you? Couldn't we one of us do it?
Yes, they will see through it, Pat. So we need to maximize what we can do with it. That's why I said.
We've one shot at it, Pat. That's it, like.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
One shot at it. That'll be it then.
I think we should put it between the two ships and let them fight it out between them and kill each other.
I think so as well. Yeah.
We can do that.
Why can't we do that?
No,
We have lots of torpedoes. Yeah. Extra torpedoes. Yeah. Heavy on the torpedoes.
Sorry, what, Zap?
they'd peel off away from it, and they wouldn't automatically just do Bugs Bunny firing at it.
But they just did it to us.
Yes, us,
That's because
because it's 2 against 1.
it's 2 against 1.
Remember, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Exactly. We tried diplomacy, it didn't work.
Yeah, but if you pop a ship into the middle of them, they're not going to open fire on it and shoot each other.
No, but
They
if
will
we
maneuver
maneuver it in, can we not maneuver it?
What's that? They don't know it's a false ship. They're gonna go for. Yeah.
They won't. If they see a ship coming between them, first thing they'll do is turn away. They won't just automatically open fire.
I think Zap as well. We should go in behind them. So the ghost ship should go in behind them, as if it's attacking them from the rear.
Up in from, look like it's coming from outside the system, coming in and drops from warp behind them. So one of their ships will peel off to confront the ghost.
Whichever one doesn't peel off, we can open fire on.
We shouldn't open fire.
As if we're fighting with the ghost ship.
I don't think we should open fire. I think we should
No, just put the foot down and run away.
go around the other side of the planet and maybe go up into a.
Just keep accelerating away.
Just
Can
keep
we
it
not
flying.
do a polar gravitational echo so that we can actually hide up in the polar?
No.
Have we the power to get up there?
Yeah,
They'd be following our way. They'd see us wherever we go.
we don't have to go to warp for that. It's only a planet.
I think Zap right. Warp out of it and come back again when we're ready.
No. Just keep it on. Go to like full impulse and move.
Oh, wait, now, Captain Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're maximizing that.
All right. So sorry about that. That was a very important call from.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So.
That's okay.
Yes, very exciting news for me, but I can't tell any of you because of an NDA. I'll tell you all in private.
Good man.
So, Frank, you're on the wrong shift. Frank was trying to take over from this particular shift. So,
Remember the happy dance.
Numfar, do the dance of joy.
Or do the happy dance.
Numfar, do the dance of joy. Right. So, what did we have a sensor ghost of another Nova class vessel that has arrived in, and what have you guys decided to do with that sensor ghost?
Run away.
Run away.
Yeah.
So you're flying around the planet. Has successfully done. So what do you?
We're going to come in and hit them from behind.
So you're going to attack them.
Yeah.
From behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zap doesn't think we should.
Right. Okay. So you're going to return fire from your vessel, and hopefully they.
I don't think we should, though. I actually do agree with that, but I don't think we should, because
we have no shields.
yeah,
you have zero shields. I mean, you could like Pat can fire some torpedoes maybe to try and damage them a bit. Perhaps with such a volatile planet below, it would be advantageous to roll to repair to get the shields back online, and all 3 of you concentrate on, or 2 of you concentrate on that while Zap flies the ship successfully away from the bad guys.
Well,
I can do that. I have repair. I've engineer. I can repair the shields.
I think Jerry, I think you're the main engineer here, so you should really concentrate on that. Pat will fire, and Anne is going to do some repairs as well. Okay.
Okay. We're in another round now, are we?
Well, they fired. Zap moved the ship. Pat and Anne successfully managed to get the thing going. I got to take this call again, so please excuse me.
No, you're grand. Yeah, so if we're in another round, then that's fine. Zap can pilot. Jerry, you can do the repair, and we can assist you because we're finished now, aren't we? On our
sensor ghost,
yeah.
Maybe you can assist and maybe Pat can fire.
No, I don't think we should fire because firing is going to end.
On the screen.
Away, Frank.
Frank.
Okay, let's maneuver and repair for the moment. Let's not keep the option open. Yeah.
Ideally, I'd like to maneuver them into a position where they have to assist us and they have to help and stand down. This firing stupid weapons is crap, and it's wrecking my buzz, man.
All weapons to maximum, even if they're stupid.
Yeah, well,
that's a good idea, Pat. I think we could. I think that's a good option. Jettison some torpedoes and detonate them remotely if they come in. Something to slow them down even while we repair, you know, and get back into the fight or such like. It is still 1 against 2, like.
Yeah, I think we need to try and disable their ships, if not destroy them.
We're not going to be able to destroy it. There's 2 of them, but we even disable 1.
Even if we get their shields to reduce and their weapons fixed first.
That might get them back to the table, like. I don't think so, though.
We have to turn this around. This is not a, you know. It's not
we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Okay.
We face worse things. There's nothing we haven't lost anything yet. Shields can be repaired. Hull breaches can be repaired. Shields can be repaired. You know?
In the best tradition of Starfleet.
Exactly.
The good guys need to win, guys.
The good guys are winning.
Well, at the moment, we need to bravely run away.
Okay, bravely run away it is. I'm happy to bravely run away then. It's better when you explain it like that, Zap.
It's called living to fight another day. You know? And I mean, the ship is still sort of in one piece, but I mean, the last time we were here, there was bits missing off the top of it and everything, for God's sake.
Look, we need to get Jono. We need to get Jono back on so he can
true.
Yeah,
it's actually true. It's actually true, yeah. So was it Pat? So
only a fool fights in a burning house. Yes, that is very true. Right, so let's get out the fire extinguishers. No, we are not going to set fire to Frank's head again. As a Robbie's. Yeah, let's get out the fire extinguishers. Right. Okay, I suppose we better wait until
Jono has an important phone call, yeah.
The games master.
I mean, we could have repairs done up by the time he's finished with the phone call, like.
Yeah, we could actually. I don't know what's going on.
What was Jono want to do for you next?
What?
Jono would then say, "What do you want to do?" And we'd say, "We want to repair the ship. We want to get the weapons back online." Or not the weapons. We want to get the shields back online. Sorry, shields back online.
Frank, since you're sitting there doing nothing, can you take a couple of threats away from Jono?
Yeah, they're the little red yolks.
Yeah,
like a half dozen or something.
Yeah.
He's actually looking. This is what makes me
Just throw it all in the bin. Just throw it all in
these little red yolks.
Yeah, them things, yeah. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together.
I'm telling you.
He won't leave the room again. I tell you what you do. Do you know what you do?
This is why I snuck in.
They're pain smarties, they are.
Here, Frank, put them all into different containers. Mix them all up into different containers for me.
So these are all in specific positions, so maybe if I just move
I know.
them.
I know. It's gonna drive them insane.
Oh yeah, this is lower decks rule. Yeah.
Beta shift.
Yeah,
He has a lot of threat, guys. He has a lot of threat here.
Yeah, I know he has.
He's got
a couple of them, and we wouldn't miss it.
I think he's got 4 threats in front of him here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 2.5.
I'm going to do a roll.
What,
really?
What 2.5?
Oh, the Cuchulain has just developed transwarp drive and multi-phase shield.
We're
sorted. Don't worry about it.
We are. We're doing a programming.
Don't forget the Borg nanotechnology that can repair the ship and the shield.
I was just about to say, 7 of 9 has beamed on board and is installing Borg technology. We now have hull plate armor and photon torpedoes.
We had them, but we now have the pack cannon.
And Worf is the cloaking off the port bow with 3 Klingon fucking attack cruisers. Yeah.
Those Klingons are always supporting on the port bow, aren't they? Scrape them off, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah. So just continue to.
We got this, guys. With the help of the Klingons, the Borg, and transwarp. Yeah.
I just did another roll.
Why?
Apparently, an Imperial Star Destroyer has just appeared.
And Doctor Who just right into the time box. Yeah.
Is it Tony behind it?
Is that what?
The minute John comes back, just go to transwarp. Yeah.
I just want I want to see the Millennium Falcon coming in.
There's a squadron of Spitfires coming as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
We can do that.
Look at this! We got a TARDIS here as well.
Yeah.
Like he's moving that police box around. I feel like he should be going, Nina. But really, would you like to see the Millennium Falcon appear, or maybe the Daedalus from Stargate Atlantis? Fully equipped with Asgard weapons.
Oh,
the Daedalus. The Daedalus. I want the Daedalus. Definitely, and a couple of battle stars. The Galactica.
A couple of Vipers, yeah. And I'm just thinking of that. And
I'm thinking, Colonial Warriors. A couple of, a couple of troops of them.
But then the Cylon antenna start to side with the Cardassians.
Yeah, but
never mind Battlestar. Never mind Battlestar Galactica. You want to go for Battlestar Sciatica? That's really painful.
Oh,
yeah, the Book Roger Starfighter.
Tell John to hold up my sciatica's at me.
And the Liberator. See how I remembered the correct name on camera?
The Liberator.
Yeah.
Zen, any ideas?
We can always pickle them to death.
Yes, we could.
Or we could just call it Titan.
We could.
But
does anybody else want to listen to jazz all night?
No, at this time in the timeline, the Titan hasn't been built yet.
It hasn't.
Because Riker's still on the Enterprise.
Yeah, I hate jazz. Saying that.
I just want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But no jazz.
Yes.
No jazz. No, not even jazz
5,
fingers.
6, 7, 8.
We could always replicate some tribbles and beam them over.
I was just going to think that
That's a great idea.
We could take them from the science lab because remember the Wraithorns are actually on this vessel.
Tribbles down there, yeah.
Yeah,
and get on to Anthony Wraithorn there. 1,700,658. That's 10 multiplying it by whatever it goes, and beam them all over. Yeah.
Super glue some of them to the outer casing of a torpedo so it won't be detected.
That's true.
But we definitely need the unneutered ones.
Oh, definitely.
So,
That's a hell of a job, isn't it? I wonder who had to do the neutering for those. Like, I mean, first of all, where do you put the snip? And then, like, I mean, you know, it's like tough job.
Yeah, well, I think they do them by the pound.
No, they sell them by the gross, son. Yeah.
Oh. I don't think we're going to get as far as we think we were going to get as far as today.
We're doing well. We're doing well.
Have you made a decision that you're going to go for? Like, once John does come back?
Yeah, we've got loads of things we're going to go for.
Yeah, Borg armor and transwarp.
Right, you've already given them to us. We're in a good position now to come out fighting or running away, whichever. Just, do you know what, lads? I hope it's not getting too toasty on the planet for you, because it's going to be there a while.
You're going to be there a while, yeah. I hope you got plenty of water, like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still on the Argo trying to make my way somewhere.
No, you're not.
You're 50 feet away or whatever. Or 50 meters,
you bounced out the first turn in the road.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
See, that's what happens when you don't wear your seatbelt.
No, someone let Robbie drive. That's what happened. Yeah.
Well, I'm calling it a win too, Pat. If we come out with 60% of the ship, I'm calling it a win.
We still have a ship. That is a win.
Yeah, we're currently at 83%, but I mean, yeah, that's my lowest.
We've lost, what, 17%? Yeah, that's not even a fifth.
Yeah, we're at 83%. So, yeah, I'm still calling that a win.
Plus, we've been in contact with Starly. Someone's going to get there about to us eventually.
Leadership.
Maybe be the Enterprise. You never know.
Once the Enterprise, we're the Cuchulain. We're better. Goes what I'm saying.
They're the flagship. We're not.
Yeah, that's because they go around the galaxy holding a beaten flag in front of them, doing nothing. What you do? You'll do nothing.
That's what flagships do.
Well, we're definitely more flammable anyway. That's true. That's definitely true, Pat. We are so more flammable.
Actually, there's plenty of silicone on the outside to catch fire anyway.
We've got fire extinguishers on every corner of the ship, like, you know, I mean, every corridor. They're even in the Jeffries tubes, just to be honest.
Well, after what you went through on the first one, yeah.
I don't think you should have used one on the first one, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Like, is there a Cuchulain A, B, C, and D? No.
There's no
A, B, C, or D
on the Cuchulain.
Not yet. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. Unless you want to go with the Greek alphabet.
Antoinette's saying, "Get me off the planet." We'd gladly love to oblige, honey, but we're a little bit busy, so please. Thank you. Your call is important to us. Please hold.
Please hold. You're right. Relax. Wait, we'll get you.
We are currently in a queue of 1.
All our operators are busy at the moment, yeah.
Please hold the line for a return of the king.
So, sorry about that. Everybody out there in internet land, I'm sure you've been enjoying the banter there. Sorry, those important calls that come in, you don't ignore them. Right, where were we? Right, so you guys, whose go was it? I'm so confused now.
Argo.
It's
your go, is it?
Yeah. Argo, yeah.
Right, okay, so, oh yes, so Zap's flying the ship, you guys are trying to make repairs, and Pat's going to fire some torpedoes.
No, we decided not to.
We decided not to.
We decided to, we're getting the Borg in here.
So Frank is saying here, Frank, the temporary games master, has just installed a whole heap of new technology on board the ship. And he's saying, you're fine. Everything's fine now. We're all grand. How are you?
We're grand.
Right. Okay. So, guys, let's get those rolls out of the way. And who wants to go first? Are you going to repair first, fire torpedoes first, or maneuver the ship first?
We're going to maneuver the ship first, then repair.
Right.
Okay?
So Zap, that's you.
And then me.
So Zap, I presume, is now got the controls of remotely flying the other ship like a drone and flying the Cuchulain at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll increase that difficulty of Zap's rolls by 1, but with Zap's amazing helm control abilities, that means that his difficulty to roll goes from 0 to 1. Does that make sense, Zap?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So if you can roll that, and if you wish, you can be helped by the ship. So your helm navigation, we're going to continue to call it evasive action. So it's control and con with a difficulty of 1, and then structure and con roll from the ship. And the ship's structure and con is structure is 8 and con is 2. So the ship is 10, and your roll is what?
Is 16.
All right, 16 for you, and difficulty of 10 for the ship. Antoinette says, "Get me off this planet."
We have her currently on hold. She's in a queue.
She's on hold. She's on, yeah.
So, 2 successes there by Zap, and roll for momentum for the ship, Zap. 0 successes for the ship. So the ship is absolutely useless. And plus the ship also rolled a 19 with the damage systems. So that created a complication by the ship. All right. So the ship has a complication, but Zap has managed to actively get the ship out of harm's way. So next up is Pat. You're going to fire some torpedoes at those nasty Cardassians.
No, I think I'm on next, you know. If I can get the computer to work. We're not firing any torpedoes.
What are you firing?
We're
not firing anything.
What's that? All right, so you're all concentrating on repairs, yes?
Yeah. So I'm doing repairs. If I can.
Yeah, it was going to be
lads.
decided not to.
Yeah. Right. So what does Jerry need to do? You're going to start the repairs on the shields, aren't you? Or Jerry's not dropped off.
So let's see. Repairs.
John, we've lost Jerry.
Lost Jerry again. Oh well, Jerry's offline.
Okay, Pat, do you want
hologram, but no good.
Repairs. Where's repairs?
Repairs would have been Jerry.
Repairs, reputation, repairing damage, 230, repairing damage. Okay, and here we have repairing damage. If the ship has been damaged, tasks can be attempted to try and repair that damage. This will not be full repairs. This would take time and resources not readily available in battle, but starships are designed with redundancies and backups, and skilled engineer can reroute around damaged subsystems to create impromptu solutions. The damage control list is on 224. Okay, damage control list is 224. All right, so you are regenerating shields. Okay, so regenerating shields. The officer routes power to the shield emitters, trying to replenish them. This has a power requirement of 1. So how many power are you down to, Zap?
We have 4 at the minute.
Right, so you're down to 3. This requires a control and engineering task with a difficulty of 1, assisted by the ship's structure and engineering, which is a difficulty of 12. Okay. Difficulty increases by 1 if the ship shields at 0, so your difficulty is now 2. If successful, the ship regains 2 points of shield plus 2 more for each momentum spent. You have 2 points of momentum. So you have a possibility of gaining 4 points of shields. All right?
Okay, who's the best? Who's got control and engineering?
You only have 1 momentum, John.
No, you have 2 because you built them up with your evasive maneuvers.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. Who has the most on control and engineering?
I think that's Jerry, who's currently offline. He's got 17, I believe.
Yeah. You're the second best, Pat, with 15. We can't get Jerry back on. I've only got 13, so control and engineering.
So who wants to? Jerry says his internet is down yet again. God, Jesus! I thought I spent 3.5 hours battling the internet's here. I bought a new modem and I spent 3.5 hours looking up the correct settings because air are shite. And yeah, terrible service. And I replaced their supplied modem with an Asus AC68, which is a very good modem. However, setting it up, they said on they actually, I'll quote them from the website, but it says if you use the third-party modem, you'll have to figure out the settings for yourself. That is from the website. And I was like, oh, brilliant, well done. So off the forums we go trolling. So eventually I found it was one setting for the VLAN setting. The VLAN ID had to be set to 10, but then I had to go and find the VLAN setting in the fucking thing on the router, and it was great fun. So 3.5 hours later, I did manage to do it, but then I had to reset every single wireless thing in the entire network at the house here and the office. It was wonderful. No. What did you roll, Anne?
For what?
Or is Pat? Are you rolling? Are you rolling in the stead of Jerry because Jerry's not here?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to.
Because I'm going to try and wrap this up now in a little bit. So I have real life stuff to sort out.
Yes, I think so, because it's what, 3 momentum, or it's
you have 2 momentum.
Yeah. So what's the difficulty again?
The difficulty is 2. So it's a base difficulty of 1, but because the shields are offline, it's a difficulty of 2, and it's a power spend of 1.
Okay, let's go for it, because we need to get those shields back up. In the absence of Barry.
Yeah. So roll for it there, Pat. So control. Roll it there. Roll it there.
3 dice. Yeah, we're spending a momentum.
I'd recommend you spend all your momentum to get your fortune.
I'm getting echoes. No, it's 3 dice, isn't it?
No, 2 dice. 2 dice, Pat. You get 2 dice as a basic.
Yeah, but he wants to use momentum.
He wants to spend the momentum to increase his chances.
Yeah.
Well, so he didn't need to spend the momentum because he got 2 successes. So well done, Pat. Okay. Pat manages to regen the shields. Now, here is the decision of, do you spend those 2 momentum and bring your shields up to 4?
Yes.
Right, so momentum spent, shields are now up to 4.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so congratulations. Well done there. Very good rolling, Pat. All right, so your shields are back up, back online. Okay. So beta shift. So Zap has moved the ship and its sensor echo out of the way. Pat has regenerated the shields. Well done. And you can have another go of seeing if you can boost the shields, if you wish, to bring them back up even further.
What do we need to use?
Same thing. It will be the same thing. Difficulty is now 1 because Pat has repaired them from 0.
Okay, so this is control.
It is control and engineering, and you can be assisted by the ship. So you get to roll 2 dice at control and engineering, and the ship can get to roll 1 dice as well.
So control and engineering for me is 13.
Yes.
And
you need 1 success. 2 successes. Congratulations! You bank a momentum.
3.
All right. You can roll for the ship to see if the ship will give you momentum.
1 or 2 for the ship.
1 for the ship. Always 1 for the assist.
Okay. And no. What's the target number?
12.
Pardon?
12.
12.
1 success. Congratulations. You banked 2 momentum there with that roll. Well done, Anne. That was a very successful roll. Congratulations.
I'm happy to do it again.
So, you now have, so you've banked those momentum. You've gained 2 successes. So you now have 2 momentum to spend. So you can bring the ship up another 4 momentum. Or sorry, another 4 points if you wish.
Yeah.
In power or in shields?
In shields. So your shields would be increased to 8, from 4 to 8, if you spend these momentum.
Do you want to do it, Zap? Pat?
Pat says yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so spending the momentum, so your shields are now back up to a very strong 8. Maximum shields for the Cuchulain is 10. So shields are at 80%. So that's very well done. Okay, now Zap, make a note, Zap, there that the ship now is down to a power of 2.
2.
Okay.
Is there any way we can increase the power?
If you decided to warp out at this point, power to go to warp is 1. All right. So any other repairs or anything that you might want to do, you have 1 power left in this particular session. Okay. All right. So with the absence of Jerry and everybody that has gone here, it's time. It's the Cardassians go, and the Cardassians roll.
Bad time.
And what was it? So the first ship fires at the sensor echo and misses. Glin Jasad's vessel itself rolls and hits you.
Hits us or the echo?
Huh?
Hits us. How can he hit us? We're on the other side of the
No, you're flying together with the echo. You can't leave the echo behind. Sensors won't project it around the other side of the planet. You'd have to leave something. You'd have to leave some sort of hardware there behind to make it project, and you continue on while you leave it behind. It's just like that's how projections work.
This is not my happy face.
1, 2.
This is very not my happy face.
3 and 3, 4, 5. They hit you for 5 minus your shield, which reduced it down to 5 minus 3 is 2. So they've hit you for 2. So your shields have been reduced down to 6. All right. So your shields are down to 60%. Okay. Shields are down to 60%.
This is where we started.
And Jerry is saying his computer is completely screwed.
Oh no!
We may have lost Jerry for the evening. Right. As you are rocked yet again by the Cardassian ship, everybody make a presence and security roll. Everybody.
2 dice or 1?
2, always 2. Always 2 dice. Everyone make a presence and security roll. Yep. Presence and security. Let me just the side face to Jerry. Side face to Jerry. And and you get 2 successes. Well done. Pat, you get 1 success. Zap, how do you do? Zap gets 3 successes and banks of momentum. Well done, Pat. Or well done, Zap. Zap, as you're flying the ship, and you're flying the other drone ship as well at the same time, you manage to spot that something is coming in at transwarp speeds towards the ship, towards the system and the planet. So you can't quite get a fix on what it is. It's something super tiny. It's so small that it it would fit in a small container, but it's the speed at which it's traveling across space is unbelievable. It's not attainable by Federation technology or Cardassian technology at this point in time. You spot it, but you can't get a hold of what it is.
It's Spock. Sorry.
Spock.
From the future.
Spock.
In his little roundy spinny ship.
he's in the squid. He's in the Vulcan squid.
The spinny ship.
So that is that's on its way, and it's hurtling, it's speeding very fast towards the planet. Okay. So the Cardassians have seemed to have also spotted it, and one of the ships has come to a halt and turned around. Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
Dead rabbits in the headlights, look.
Rabbits in the headlights.
Okay, well, we need to find out what this is. I have sneakies.
Transwarp, high technology. Cardi's probably not a threat. Oh, to it. Cardassians are probably not a threat to it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Do we ask for assistance on all frequencies, or do we offer assistance to it? I don't know. What can we do to this one that's going to help it, put it on our side? Hail it? Yeah, open hail frequencies would be.
So do you wish to do that?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay. You open hailing frequencies to this hurtling object heading towards randomly heading towards the planet's surface. You get no response from the object as it comes closer and closer. It's almost entering the solar system at this stage.
Well, you have to understand that they probably you have to assume that they have received the transmission.
So, has anybody else got anything that they want to do? Anne's hailed it. Have we any sensors left? Yeah, sensors are at 83%.
Yeah, we could scan it.
You try and do a scan. Go ahead. Sensor scan. Sensor scan will be pretty. It's pretty easy task. Sensors. Yeah. Excuse me. Work calls.
Okay. What would a sensor scan come under?
You're supposed to take his threat away, not give him more options.
Yeah.
More threat. Oh, holy shit. Shish kebab. Shish kebab.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Half right with the transwarp, anyway.
You're a. Is he reading his cheat sheet? Here, read a story out to us.
So much stuff here.
Yeah, read the story. I want to hear what happens next.
He makes it up as he's going on. It's not written down at all.
I know it's not, because he knows that well. If I got my hands on it, I'd change the whole lot. It's the Kobe Ashimaru. You know this.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is start turning off bits and bobs to get our power levels back up on the ship.
How are we going to do that? What can we do to get the power levels up? Yeah, I can't wait until he sees the recording either. This is the equivalent of going like this to him while he's off screen. I don't know. How can we actually? I suppose if we read the rules, maybe that might help. What do we have that we need to know?
Well, I suppose we could always. Well, I was going to say divert power from the weapons.
Okay, well, we've got, I've got a conflict reference sheet here, which is probably useless. I don't know. How do we create an advantage or remove a complication?
Kill Jono.
That's pretty extreme. Let's kind of step back a couple of steps from that first, and try other options.
All right.
So
the tribbles.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
No, the shuttlecraft will have to go through the. We'll have to do the programming thing again for 1 or 2 rounds.
No, you see, we can't be seen to be underhanded, Pat. Because if we're underhanded and they have come to render assistance as a third party, we're fecked. Because then we'll be the aggressor. So we have to maintain, because if they look at if they scan our ships, right, they can see we haven't fired any weapons. We've maintained a defensive stance. We haven't been we haven't taken an attacking stance at any point. So that's the only thing that would stand in to our benefit.
I just had an ugly thought.
Go on. I love your ugly thoughts.
It's just something ticked at the back of my head there earlier when he said about an ancient structure underneath the thing.
Are the prophets sending something out?
Yeah,
all right, so what are we discussing? What did I miss? Tell me. Some very interesting things being discussed there.
Go back there for 5
what the transwarp thing coming in is, and
right,
is it linked? Even though we won't know, but is it linked to the ancient structure that was underground? So
that's a good point. Did you do your sensor scan?
Not yet. Why?
Hey, Jerry's back. So you can fill in Jerry
just
as well.
about. I don't know how long it lasts, guys. The Zoom thing is jumping all out. The Zoom thing is jumping all over the place. So,
yeah,
tension. So what did I miss anyway?
So fill Jerry in there while I have to send a very important text.
Okay, Jerry. We've
got our shields back up to 60%.
Excellent.
There's something small rocketing in at transwarp speed. It's about to enter the solar system, but it's heading towards the planet. One of the Cardassian ships has stopped and turned around, heading I assume on an intercept course.
So there's one against us, so one's got an intercept course. Yeah. And are we able to move to intercept? Or are we just going to stay where we are?
I think stay where we are and sensor, do a sensor, and see if we can identify the object. Or we've tried communicating with it, we haven't been successful. They haven't responded. Now I think they've heard our
communication. Yeah, that's okay. Have they?
It could be a probe
card here now. Have they? Have the Cardassians communicated with the ship? Or are they just going into a defensive or an aggressive stance?
Don't know.
Well, the Cardassians have one of the Cardassian vessels has turned around to face the new oncoming object.
Obviously, yeah.
And the other one is continuing to chase the Cuchulain and the Echo.
Okay. Here's an option, right? This is an option, all right. Okay, they've been firing at us, but let's contact the Cardassian ship again. Now we have a threat against both of us. This could be this thing hurling towards us. What?
We don't know if it's a threat or not. It hasn't come in.
We don't. Let's take that option. It's hurling into.
No more talk, says Pat.
What?
No more talk, says Pat.
We don't say anything about talk. Let's just say, look, let's combine our efforts with the Cardassians.
No.
For this threat.
No.
I like what you're saying, Jerry. I do like what you're saying.
And I think it's a great idea, and I think it's good for the future.
I tell you what, Jerry's in charge. So Anne, so you're at the communication station. Jerry's in the captain's chair. So Jerry, you can tell Anne to hail the Cardassian Glin Jasad again, and make another attempt at talking to him.
Yes, I can, but I don't. Yes, I'm in charge, John. Oh yeah, but it's a team effort at the end of the day. And it's beta ship.
Starfleet vessel, Jerry. So you can.
It's a Starfleet vessel as well.
Sometimes
I can take.
You're the one who's left in the center chair. So what do you figure you want to do? You can go ahead and do that, or you can put it out.
We can't fire. We can't fire. We may have a possible target. It's obviously not friendly because it would have communicated. It would have returned our hail. So I think we hail the Cardassian vessel. Hail the Cardassian vessel.
Okay. And you hail the Cardassian vessel. So, Anne hails the Cardassian vessel.
Lower in the log if you like.
Glin Jasad comes back on board with his super wide-angle fish lens. Ready to stand down, Federation?
No. Cardassian, are you ready to counteract this new threat, or may not? May I make a suggestion? Let us combine our forces and see if this threat, if it is a threat, and deal with it. You obviously have a ship
While
damage.
I don't readily agree with what you say, it seems it would be the smarter option. He says something in Cardassian, and you see that his weapons stand down. He turns his. He waits for you, and he says, "I'll turn if you do." He cuts transmission. So what do you do?
This is right. We're not going to turn. We're going to monitor the ship and see where it goes. Or this rest of
You're not going to turn.
Well, we're going to turn and face it. Yes.
Right. Okay. You're going to.
We're going to monitor it. We're not going to take an aggressive stance like he does. We're going to use this time. We're going to use this time, right, to get our repairs up and our shields up and look at options.
Okay.
We know he's going to be discussing options with his bridge crew. Let's do the same.
Right. Okay.
I have a question for you, Jono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we increase the power to the ship?
Increasing power. That is a very good question. How do we gain power?
We need all the power we can get it. Any reserves, Can we take it from the science labs, Jono? Can we take it from the science labs?
No, you can't. Rerouting power to gain more power. It's to do with the warp engines. So let me.
We're not doing any sciencey bit at the moment, right?
Good question. It's not something that I know off the top of my head. Page 216 for anybody who might be watching for other reasons, for rules and stuff like that. Page 216. Power. Right. Use of power. Vessels can generate massive amounts of power, but use much of the power of it powering core systems like propulsion. Shields, life support sensors, computers, and so forth. A ship has a power rating of which it represents its reserve and surplus power. The Cuchulain has 9, and variety actions and can be spent to boost or support variety actions with the ship, which can be lost because of some complications, hazards, and consequences, breaches, etc., which we've done. At the start of each scene, the ship generates its full capacity of power. All right, so add 2 power then, Zap, because we started a new scene. We shouldn't have started with a reduction to 7. We should have started at 9. Okay, so good that we checked. This provides character with a pool of points to draw from when attempting actions with the ship and otherwise using technologies that draw from the ship's power supplies. The basic operation of the ship, life support, communications, computers, and basic maneuvering are assumed to have already been powered and do not have to be considered to be under normal circumstances. Some actions, such as going to warp, restoring depleted shields, which we've been doing, require expenditure of power to perform the action called power requirements, which we've been doing, while others can gain a bonus from using additional power, which you can do, reroute power to increase power to the shield, or not to the shields, to the phasers, blah, blah, blah. If no other benefit from using power is listed, then the following effect can be used. When attempting a task with the ship, 1 or more power may be spent before rolling, with each power point increasing the complication range of the task by 1. This represents the risk of overloads and the problems from putting too much power into the system. If the task is successful, the character generates 1 additional momentum for each power spent. That's a bit of a gamble. Power can also be lost because of complications and damage. If the loss is sufficient to reduce the ship's current power to less than 0, then the ship suffers complication to randomly determined system. This complication relates to the loss of vital power to some aspects of the ship's operation. A ship's normal power capacity is equal to its engine systems, though other factors may alter this. It does not say anything here about regenerating power. I do believe you need to stop at a starbase or be inactive for a long period of time.
Oh, it's like an electric car, so we have to plug it in every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, we started off with 2 at the beginning of this round,
so you have 4. So you're back up to 4 power anyway. So things are, because we figured that out, that you should have been at 9 to start with. So right, so Zap, you turn the ship. It's an easy maneuver now that the Cardassian ships have stopped firing on you. And you turn to face, you come alongside the Cardassian vessel and you turn to face this new object that's arriving towards the planet. And as you turn to face the new threat, you see on your sensor panels that the planet behind you starts to increase in power and pulse the atmosphere. The chronoton readings on the planet below you are increasing tenfold, and you notice that the planet itself is starting to shift in space. It's starting to disappear, as would the interphasic generator would do inside the ship. The planet itself is now starting to phase out of normal space. Okay, it's the power emanations from the planet are starting to increase and come towards the ship.
Right.
Right, you
need to get to a safe position.
Yeah, back us off.
Back us off. Back us off as far as possible. If the Cardassian ship doesn't follow, tell him that we're backing off. If it doesn't follow, that's his business.
Well, we can back off, but we can send the ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. So
ourselves and the ghost need to back off. Yeah.
So as the planet's energy starts to expand exponentially, so does the new object that starts coming in closer and closer to the planet. So much so that as the this tiny object that has entered the solar system comes right up on top of you guys. And flashes between your ships and impacts the new expanding energy field from the planet's atmosphere. The entire area, your eyes, your sensors, the ship, everything is overloaded with energy. You're momentarily blinded. All you can see is your eyes can't pick up anything. Your brain just perceives it as just white all around you. You can see nothing, no bridge, no ships, no sensors. You feel lightheaded, and all you can hear is your own breathing and your own heartbeat, as everything goes in a haze around you. And then, as quickly as it happens, everything returns back to normal, and you're back on board. You're back on board a bridge. And everything is pulsing away nicely. So everybody make a presence and security roll.
I'll try, Jono.
Presence and security. Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. So, Anne, you look at your communications panel and see nothing. Pat, you're on your control panel, your tactical weapons panel. You spot something is quite odd. You can't quite put your finger on it. Something's not quite right. Jerry?
Yeah.
Or Zap, give us a roll.
I did.
Did you? Where? You got 0 successes. Oh, Anne got 2 successes. Sorry, Anne got successes. Zap didn't. Right. So Anne,
I'm having a wee bit of problem doing a roll. Can you do a roll for me, Jono? Please.
Somebody else do a roll there for Jerry.
What is it?
What's your number, Jerry? What's your character sheet?
Which two?
It's presence and security.
Presence and security. 16.
Give him a roll there, Anne, for him, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. 2
successes, Jerry. So as Zap is looking at the ship statistics out on his control panel, and is so enticed on trying to stabilize 2 ships, and was concentrating on the energy field and the new object, he got himself a little bit flustered and doesn't really notice anything. And you're looking at your console and notice suddenly that there's a massive amount of comm traffic traveling through your communications relays. This amount of comm traffic would only be at a Federation port or a Federation, hotspot. Jerry, you're sitting in the captain's chair, looking at everybody else, and because everybody else is concentrating on their consoles, you're looking out the main view screen.
Yeah.
And out the main view screen, you see a range of dry dock stations out in front of you.
Okay.
There's about 20 dry dock stations with various different starships in various states of build and repair out in front of you.
Yeah.
Have we been transported?
So, and who else? And you turn around and look behind you, and behind you is the door, the entry turbo lift door. And on the door, on the plaque on the door, you notice that the plaque says USS Nova.
Oh dear. Computer stardate. What is the stardate?
The computer responds and tells you the star date is 6 months after the 6 months. It's about a year and a half before where you've just been.
So we've had time displacement. We've had space displacement.
As you're looking around confused, the turbo lift door is open and an admiral walks on the deck.
Starfleet admiral.
Starfleet admiral walks on the deck. What do you do?
Yeah, somebody tell Robbie and Frank not to go to the planet.
Admiral, can you give us an update?
Do you just sit there? Do you stand?
Oh no, I just say attention on deck. Admiral on the bridge.
Right. Admiral on the bridge. So as the admiral walks on board the bridge, the admiral is wearing the old style red with the gold braid admiral uniform, and he's accompanied by an African American Starfleet commander, who by their chat as they exit the turbo lift, it seems that the admiral is on a tour of the vessel. You all stand to attention as the admiral walks on board, and the admiral takes in the view, inhales, nods, and calmly and quietly goes, "Thank you, at ease, everybody." And back to your stations. Thank you. And the commander goes to there's a bit of chat between them, and he goes, "Welcome to the bridge. Welcome to the bridge, Admiral." The admiral responds, and he goes, "Commander, the speed at which you've turned this design around has not been seen before at the Utopia Planitia yards." The commander replies, "Thank you, sir, but the Valiant project has been in the planning stages since the start of the Galaxy class project. The keel had already been laid. She's just been repurposed." The admiral responds by saying, "Things certainly have changed since the Borg incursion at Wolf 359, Sector 001. Starfleet have had to rethink their starship building strategy." And as they walk into across the back of the bridge behind you, Jerry, you hear them quietly. The admiral's tone changes a little bit as he speaks quietly to the commander, and he says, "You lost your wife at Wolf 359, didn't you?"
Let's go.
And he nods. The commander nods, and the admiral goes, "You have my sympathy." And the commander goes, "Thank you, Admiral. It's been a struggle. Working here on the Valiant project has given me direction. That and taking care of my son." The admiral turns around, and the admiral continues this intimate conversation. He goes, "Jake, isn't it? How old is he now?" And the commander goes, "He's just hitting 6, sir. Sometimes I think it's harder on him. You have a son yourself, sir. I didn't see him on the Starfleet database." And the admiral turns around and goes, "Yes, Nicholas Thomas. He's taken his mother's name, Locarno. He always seems to need to prove something. I'm hoping the Academy will straighten him out. And the commander comes around and goes, I'm sure it will, Admiral. If you'll follow me this way, we've changed the usual position of the observation lounge to the forward section of this Nova class. And they walk forward. They walk out the other door and head forwards. And that is where we will leave it this evening, Beta Shift.
I wanted to have a word with Cisco. Yeah.
Oh.
Cisco. Thanks, Johnny. You spoiled my mom. I'm just going to say, Admiral, can I have a chat? Yeah. Can I bend your ear, like? Fuck it, John, like. I get all the way back in after.
So there you go.
Try and get this computer working better the next time.
Yeah.
It's zooming in and out. I don't know.
Right. So there you go. So how did that go for you guys tonight?
Right.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We're still alive.
We still didn't blow up.
Still didn't blow up. Managed to keep the ship from going into a breach.
And Frank is giving us all your secrets anyway, so we're flying.
Frank's been looking at my notes, of which I have none. This is all pretty much made up at the start of the week, and then I present it to you guys to make it as entertaining as I can. I rarely write expansive notes because there's no point really, because players can make you go in all sorts of different directions.
Who us?
So you never know what players are going to do. So you might really want to tell a story, but they'll go, "No, I'm going this direction." You know.
Yeah, we have a habit of doing that, John. Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
So that's it for
well done, lads.
That's it for Beta Shift and episode 8. Whenever we get to do the next episode, which may be further in the future, since I've just gotten a call about something else, so I may not be available myself. So we will see when we can do that. I'll be in touch with everybody. But as the schedule goes, the next shift should be Alpha Shift as we go back down to the planet. So we will see what they will do, what Alpha Shift will do, since Frank has just fallen off the Argo and is lost in the cave system. Morgan is unconscious somewhere with poison in his system and needs to be retrieved.
And Boimler's chasing spiders. Yeah.
Robbie, Antoinette, Lieutenant Christopher.
Well, Antoinette is currently on hold.
She's on hold. They're all there.
She's on hold for the planet. Her call is important to us. She is in a queue.
Yeah, it is important to us.
So they're all falling out of the Argo, and they are they're going to do their best.
The AA, right, lads, it's all right. The AA are underway. Yeah, the AA are underway.
Our last comment here is well done, Beta Boys. August last suspenseful, chaotic, and full celestial session. Glyn and Jerry's interactions are always brilliant. Well done. So, well said there, PJ. Thanks for joining in here at the YouTube channel. Antoinette,
2 minutes more, kill you, Antoinette.
So long.
That's an intergalactic call. That's going to cost you a fortune.
That's
No, she's got roaming. She's got roaming. She's grand.
So,
Karen,
speak to me. Yeah, put her on hold.
So without further ado, that's the end of this episode. So I've got to go and do real life stuff now. I appreciate everybody that has joined us live. Thank you so much. It's always great to have people joining in live. To those who are watching on YouTube after the fact, thank you for your continued support. The subscribe button is down there somewhere on the bottom, and ding the bell, whatever that does. So keep an eye out on the announcements. Set your reminders when the announcements come up. Usually we'll announce the week before the day, because Facebook won't allow us to do anything more than 7 days ahead. And it's not a big thing. So any final words, Beta Shift? Any final words?
Beta Shift! Long live the prophets!
Take care, guys. Bye. Bye.